Last game of the season. Okay, we are coming up on the countdown to the beginning of our broadcast here. We'll give you a 5-minute countdown back there at WOKZ. Bang. 5-minute countdown has begun. Under 5 minutes till the beginning of our broadcast of Edwards County versus Robinson in high school football. Coming up on 4.5 minutes. Bang. Oh boy, loud band. Coming up on 4 minutes. Bang. Coming up on 3.5 minutes till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on 3 minutes till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on 2.5 minutes till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on 2 minutes till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on 1.5 minutes till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on a minute till broadcast time. Bang. Coming up on 30 seconds till broadcast time. Bang.
Now we'd like to introduce the senior members of the 2014 High Maroon football squad and their parents. First of all, manager Bruce Williams, son of Debbie and Justin Summerfield, Hortin Williams and Kim Tracy.
It's Edwards County Lions football action tonight from Robinson, Illinois. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Rigg alongside Brother Troy Rigg, and it's going to be our privilege tonight to bring you the description of this last game of the season for the Edwards County Lions as they meet the very, very tough Robinson Maroons here in Robinson. This is a Little Illini Conference match. In fact, all of the games the Lions have played this year have been Little Illini Conference matches, and so far Edwards County has lost them all. Can we win this one tonight? Well, anything's possible, but going into this game, you'd have to admit that Edwards County is a decided underdog in this match. Other games to be played tonight around the Little Illini Conference. Red Hill is at Flora. That ought to be a close match there, Troy, those two teams there. Paris will be at Newton. I would imagine Newton will win that match. Olney is playing at Casey. No doubt there Casey will win that match.
Yep.
And another match that could be interesting tonight will be Marshall at Lawrenceville. In the Black Diamond Conference, the conference that we are scheduled to move into 2 years from now, I wish we could move in there next season, but apparently, from what all I understand, we're going to have to wait another year fighting this Little Illini schedule. But in the Black Diamond tonight, it's CZR at Carmi. Chester is playing at Fairfield tonight. Vienna at El Dorado, and Johnston City is at Hamilton County. Now, in case you missed the scores last week, Edwards County had their last home game of the season against Flora, and it was a close game, but the Lions lost it to Flora by a score of 20-18. Lawrenceville had no trouble with Red Hill, 41-6. Casey shut out Marshall, 14-0. Newton over Olney, 21-14, and Robinson demolished Paris by a score of 47-0. Black Diamond scores last week. Carmi over Cesar, 43-24. El Dorado lost to Chester, 20-6. Johnston City defeated Fairfield, 35-20. And games played in the Black Diamond on Saturday last week. CZR over Vienna in a close one, 35-32. And North Mac beat Hamilton County 27-6. So Edwards County comes into this match tonight with a record of 0-8, sitting at the bottom of the Little Illini Conference due to the fact that we lost to Flora last week. So their record is 1-7. That moves them out of the basement. Then who's tied for first place? Three teams. Casey, Robinson, and Lawrenceville all have identical 7-1 records. Rest of the teams in the Little Illini, Marshall is at 6-2, Newton at 4-4, as well as Olney 4-4. Red Hill and Paris have records of 2-6. Just for interest, in the Black Diamond Conference, Johnston City and Chester are tied with records of 7-1, and Fairfield sits in third place at 6-2. Carmi is 5-3. El Dorado is 5-3. Cesar is 3-5. CZR, by the way, that's Chester, Ziegler, Royalton combined there. They're 2-6. Hamilton County is 1-7, and Vienna is 0-8. So it's Edwards County against Robinson here tonight, and Robinson comes in, as I said, with a record of 7-1. So they did lose this season. In fact, Troy, they've had some close shaves. They lost to Casey by a score of 35-14 back on September 16th. And I asked some of the Robinson folks, how did they lose that game? Because I would imagine that Robinson should have beat Casey. But we understand there were a lot of turnovers, fumbles. And Casey scored 2 quick touchdowns on them, and Robinson just never did recover and lost that game 35-14. They also had a close shave with Newton, winning in double overtime, 20-14. And 3 weeks ago, they just barely edged out Lawrenceville at Lawrenceville by a score of 7-6. But most of their other games have been fairly lopsided. They did have a 21-7 win over Marshall, but they demolished Flora 48-0. They beat Red Hill 41-13. They knocked off Olney 39-9. And as I said, they defeated Paris by a score of 47-0. So Edwards County again comes in with an 0-8 record, most likely. Again, being realistic, Troy, we're going to leave here tonight with a record of 0-9 on the season. For the second year in a row, the Lions will have lost every game they played. And I know what's going to happen. I just know what's going to happen. There are going to be some people in Edwards County who are going to start saying, it's time for us to drop football. We got no business playing football. And I disagree. First of all, there has been progress made this year. Doug Hortin and his many assistants that he convinced to help him with the coaching assignments have shown much better football, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've been doing better tackling out there. Our offense has looked better at times, and of course, what has hurt us many times is long gains, where the running back or the wide receiver got behind us and beat us because of speed and scored long touchdowns on us. So our defense, I think, especially last week, I saw a lot of gang tackling last week, and 2 weeks ago in their loss, Edwards County, we saw a lot of gang tackling there. So I think our varsity team has improved. Also, our JV team this year, they did not go without a win. In fact, our JV team this year won 3 games. They beat Lawrenceville, they beat Flora, and they beat Olney. So that bodes well for the future for the Edwards County football program. In addition to that, Edwards County does have a junior football program, and they had an excellent season of the 5th and 6th grade team. In fact, they won 5 of their last 6 games they played, and Coach Todd Taylor and his assistants tell me that they beat North Posey last night 20-16. And not only that, but this is something, Troy, that I think is going to create more interest for boys to go out for football, especially in the junior football program, is they made arrangements for our junior football team, 5th and 6th graders, to play an exhibition match last Sunday in the Edward Jones Dome prior to the Rams-Seahawks game. And you know that had to be a thrill for those boys to be out there on the field in the Edward Jones Dome where they play NFL football. Right. And they got to meet some of the players afterwards. So, you know, and I understand they're going to do that again next year.
Well, that's great.
So I know there's going to be some boys that are going to want to go out for football next year in that junior football program because of such things as that, plus the fact that the junior football program has been winning. It's hard to get boys to go out for football if you're consistently losing. So again, I say to those of you naysayers, who are again going to say, all right, 2 years in a row with no wins, it's time to drop football. No, it's not. In fact, we're beginning to climb the mountain to success. It's not going to happen in 1 year. We knew it wasn't going to happen this year. No. Doug Hortin has done a good job of rearranging the football program, coming up with some new plays, and getting some more help on the coaching staff. And he's made progress. But we knew it wasn't going to turn around, especially in this little Illini Conference schedule. When you're running up every week against the likes of Robinson and Newton and Marshall and Lawrenceville and teams like that, before you ever start the season, you can almost count half of the games already in the loss column based on the way things have been going. So getting out of this conference after next year and getting in the Black Diamond. Yeah, we're still going to take our lumps in the Black Diamond from some of those top teams, but there are more teams in the Black Diamond that we can compete with than that's in this little Illini Conference. So it's not time to quit football, folks. It's time to just continue to work at improving the program and encouraging more boys to go out for football rather than sitting in study hall or waiting for the basketball season to start. Well, let's see. What are we going to have now tonight here in the starting lineups for these teams? For Edwards County, the starters will be basically the same that we've used here for the last 3 programs. Starting at center, will be Gage Weber. He's 5'10", 250 pounds, and he's a sophomore. So there again, we got a center who's just a sophomore. At left guard for Edwards County is Avery Keener. He's 5'11", 240 pounds. He's a senior. The left tackle is, let me find his number here. I know who it is, but I'm trying to find, here it is. Left tackle is Seth McKinzie. He is 6'1", and weighs 280 pounds, and he also is a sophomore. So he's gaining valuable experience. On the right side of the line, the right guard is Lane Stockton. He's 5'10", 240 pounds, and he's a sophomore.
Yep.
At right tackle is Rayce Messman. He's number 75. He's 6'1", 210 pounds, and he's a freshman. So most of our offensive line are underclassmen who have gained valuable experience this year playing at the varsity level. You know that they've learned things this year that's going to make them better football players next year. All right, let's look in the backfield. Well, first of all, the wide receivers. Logan Potter will be a wide receiver. He's number 12. He's 5'9", 170 pounds, and he is a senior, so we'll lose him. The other wide receivers are Chase Hortin. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a senior, so we'll lose him. And Lucas Hortin is back in the starting lineup as a wide receiver and sometimes running back. He is 5'8", 150 pounds, and he's a sophomore. And so he's had a lot of varsity experience on the last 2 years. He played last year as a freshman quite often. And if we can just keep Lucas Hortin healthy, then he's going to be more valuable next year. Others in the backfield. At running back, at fullback will be the human bowling ball, Gabe Smith, number 32. He's 5'8", 220 pounds. He is a senior, so we'll lose him. The other running back who will also see a considerable action tonight is Ryan Moody, number 41. He's 5'10", 180 pounds. He's a junior, so Ryan will be back next year. And rounding out the starting lineup tonight, starting for the first time, will be Dakota Moore, number 16. He's 5'7", 160 pounds, and he's a senior. And Troy and I kept looking out there as they were warming up. Apparently, Keenan Bailey is not suited up for tonight's game, so I don't know what the situation might be there. But Keenan is often one of the wide receivers that are quarterback, who is Drew Grimes, number 10, 6'2", 170 pounds, and he's a senior. Grimes often threw to Keenan Bailey, but he's not suited up tonight. So Dakota Moore will take his place as one of the wide receivers here tonight. So basically the same starters that we've had just about all season long. We have had some key injuries. One injury, talking about for next year, Chandler Moore, who's 6'3", 270 pounds, and a junior who'll be back next year, suffered a knee injury about 3 or 4 weeks ago and has missed the last 4, maybe even 5 games. So Chandler will be back next year, but he gained a lot of experience before he suffered that knee injury. So a lot of underclassmen have had to be used this year by Coach Doug Hortin, and these boys have gained experience, which is going to make them better football players next year. And again, the JV team, remember, they had a good season. They won some games against some of these other Little Illini Conference junior varsity teams. So all in all, folks, I think our football program has made the move upward now. We've hit the bottom, and now I believe we're moving up. So it's not time to quit football. Would you agree, Troy?
I would agree.
You better, or you'll have to walk home. Okay, we'll be back with more pregame information after this 60-second timeout.
Kenton Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Homes in Albin and Fairfield. Gospel Chapel, a non-denominational church in Bone Gap. Services begin every Sunday morning at 10. Janice Shaw of Janice's Beauty Shop in Albin. She offers a complete line of beauty shop services for women, and she also cuts hair for men. Call Janice for an appointment, 445-2436. Radio station WVYN 90.9 in Wayne City. The Vine, featuring the best Christian music in Southern Illinois. Do you need your carpets cleaned? Call Dan Aaron of Dan's Carpet Cleaning, 618-302-0972. Dan, Shirley, Michael, and Travis are cheering on the Lions. Sam and Sheila Smith, Ed and Mary Bailey. The Watering Can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. And Chris and Teresa Kelsey.
Those are just a few of our broadcast boosters. We could use more broadcast boosters as we get ready to start the basketball season here in a few weeks. So if you'd be willing to become a broadcast booster, let me know. All right, we're still just a few minutes away from the start of the football game. Did you happen to notice who won the toss of the coin and all that, Troy?
I'm afraid I did not, sir.
Even after I told you?
Yeah.
Okay, that means, well, maybe I'll make you walk home. No, guess not.
I'll tell your wife.
Yeah, well, I'm not afraid of her.
Yes, you are.
Anyway, we're glad to have you folks either listening on WOKZ 105.9 on the FM dial out of Fairfield, Illinois, or watching and listening on Edwards County Sportsnet. This is the last game of the season. As I indicated earlier, it would take a miracle, I believe, for Edwards County to win this football game. I'll tell you what, Troy, just another thing. Compare Little Illini teams to us. I mean, the high schools in the Little Illini are richer high school districts. They are able to afford much better football facilities than we have. I mean, you look around this stadium here. This is a first-class football field.
No doubt about it.
A nice all-weather track goes all the way around it.
Yep.
Nice aluminum seats. I mean, we've got aluminum seats at home, too, for our bleachers, too, but not nearly as big as this. A real nice broadcast facility, and also upstairs for the scouts and for the people who come to film. In fact, they're building a brand-new concession stand and restroom facility over here just off to our left. It's like comparing apples to oranges. These football facilities, Casey's got a first-class facility. Lawrenceville's got a first-class facility. The only one who doesn't that we've been to this year is Paris, and from what I understand, they're building an entire new school and football facility.
Right.
And so we just don't belong in this Little Illini Conference anymore.
No.
Maybe in the early stages of this conference we did. Back there when we were in there with Oblong and Palestine, Hudsonville, and Cumberland and some of those schools, but they've all dropped out now.
Right.
And we're left with the Alneys and the Lawrencevilles and the Robinsons and the Newtons. It's time to get out of here as soon as we possibly can. So it's going to take a miracle for Edwards County to win this game tonight. So I know what some of you are saying, well, I just will turn this broadcast off and go home and watch the baseball game tonight. No. I'll tell you what, if Edwards County can keep Robinson from scoring 40 points before halftime, then I think that's a moral victory. Really?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, well, we were counting noses out there. Well, we weren't counting noses because you can't see their noses, but we were counting helmets. I'll put it that way, okay? Yeah. While they were warming up. We have 25 players in uniform tonight.
Right. They
have over 40. Over 40 players dressed, ready to play here tonight. So you can understand now why, with all of the facilities they're able to afford, obviously they have. We were here last night for the volleyball game, and I peeked into their weight room. Their weight room facilities for the athletes to train on is amazing. All the equipment they have in there for these players to prepare themselves to play football or volleyball or basketball or whatever it is.
Right.
I mean, it's like apples to oranges. And I'm not running down our Edwards County program. I'm proud of our Edwards County program. But when you compare it to the Robinsons and the Lawrencevilles and the Newtons, it's no comparison.
Right.
Well, we'll be back after we take this 60-second timeout.
Steve Thompson, your country financial agent in West Salem. Doug Hortin, your country financial agent in Albion. Cheryl Taylor and Mary Erickson of T.J. Marsh, backing the Lady Lions. T.J. Marsh, over 30 years of serving and supporting the community. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools, David Cowger. Sadie Marks family, Kent, Jamie Lynn Clay, and Ellie Marks. David and Lisa Mathis. Doug and Linda Rayburn. Doug is your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. Gene Kolak, owner of the Man Cave Gallery in Fairfield. Western memorabilia, motivational posters, pictures, and Native American art. Gene carries many custom handmade and factory knives. Shad, Marilee, Lindsay, and Seth McKinzie of McKinzie Farms. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry, and Kevin, Heidi, and T.J. Smurden.
Don't forget now, the Edwards County Lady Lions will be competing tomorrow in the Topper Tournament at Mount Pulaski. And we will have that broadcast of all the Lady Lions games for you here on Edwards County Sportsnet tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock. Well, they're just now finishing up the playing of the national anthem. I know you probably can't hear it through these microphones that we use here for our broadcast, so I didn't even try to pick it up through this plate glass window that we have behind us. This would have really come in handy the other time when the storms came in one of our games earlier this season. We've already checked the starting lineup tonight for the Edwards County Lions. Let's look at what their lineup looks like. Starting at center will be number 65, Lucas Roth. He stands 6 feet, weighs 220 pounds. He's a junior. The left guard is number 66, Brandon Miller. He's 5'9", 248 pounds. He's a sophomore. The left tackle is number 58, Wes Harrison. He's 6'1", 196 pounds. He's a senior. On the other side of the line, the right guard is number 75, Landon Johnson. He's 5'10", 220 pounds, a senior. And the right tackle is number 51, Justin Goodwin. He's 5'10", 248 pounds, a junior. The wide receivers are number 83, Connor Griffin, 6 feet, 180 pounds, a senior. And number 84, Billy Aldridge, 5'11", 170 pounds. He's a sophomore. In the backfield, the running backs will be number 44, Jake Powell, 6 feet, 210 pounds, a sophomore. And number 31, Jason Rickert, 6'1", 205 pounds, a senior. He's the guy we understand is the bull, who's hard to bring down. The other running back who will see action tonight will be number 21, Joe Smith, 5'9", 180 pounds, a senior. And their quarterback is number 13, Bucky Stevens, 5'11", 215 pounds, and he's a senior. Looks like Edwards County has either won the toss or Robinson elected to take the field for the second half, because Edwards County is going to receive. And back deep to receive the kick for Edwards County is Lucas Hortin. He's standing at his own 10-yard line. Up further is, let's see, over on the far side, can't see his number. Anyway, here's the run-up, and there's the kick. End-over-end kick comes down to Hortin. He grabs it at the 10, drops it, now picks it up, gets up to the 15, now goes to the far sideline. He's at the 20, and now he's going to be tackled and thrown back. But forward progress should give him the 20-yard line, where Edwards County will take it 1st and 10. So the Lions will set up on offense. Football will be on the far side hash mark. We're glad to have you listening to Edwards County football on WOKZ 105.9 on the FM dial out of Fairfield, Illinois. Also, you may be watching and, well, wait a minute. They didn't give him forward progress to the 20. They're going to put it down. It looks like about the 18, Troy. 17. No, that's the 18. All right, Lions come out. They send the Hortin boys, Lucas and Chase, wide to the right side. Moore and Potter wide left, and it's a running play with Smith to the left side, and he's going to be fortunate if he got back to the line of scrimmage, as they were ready on their right side of the defense to stop Gabe Smith on the first play from scrimmage from Edwards County, and he looks like he lost maybe a foot. So it will say he didn't lose his foot. I mean, he lost a foot of distance.
Not. No, we don't.
No, we don't want that.
We don't want Mary Beth worrying about it.
No. If she's listening back home, I imagine she's over there in them stands across the way. We'll call it 2nd and 11. All right. Grimes in the shotgun, goes back to his throw, and he's being rushed, and he's going to be tackled and sacked for a loss inside the 10-yard line. All of Edwards County's receivers were well covered downfield, and all Grimes could do is just take the punishment back there as he was sacked all the way back to the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down now. And it got about, let's say, 20, probably about 20 yards for another 1st down. Lions come out of the huddle. It's the pistol formation now that they're lined up in, as Grimes has Smith sitting there with him in the backfield. There's the pass from center. It's a good one. And he gets away from that tackler, but now runs up to about the 10-yard line back to the original line of scrimmage, and he's sacked again. So it's going to be 3rd down now for Edwards County. The Robinson defensive line has really been penetrating through our offensive line and putting a lot of pressure on our quarterback, Drew Grimes. And now Kyle Fajeda comes in to punt this football away, so it is 4th down. I said 3rd down, but it's 4th down. Fajeda standing in his own end zone will try to kick it away here and give good distance here on this punt. And it's a kind of a low kick, angling towards the far sideline. It bounds across the 50-yard line. Lucas Hortin is down there, and it rolls to the Robinson 45 where it's downed. And touch the ball. There he goes. Nobody touched it, and Robinson picked it up. There's an error by Lucas Hortin. He just kind of watched it settle down at the 45-yard line, never went up. If he touched it, Troy, that would have downed it there.
Right.
But he never touched it. And then he starts walking away, and the ball carrier picks it up and carries it into Edwards County territory to the 39. Well, there's a big mistake there that the Lions are going to have to pay for. So Robinson's going to have it 1st and 10 at the Edwards County 39. Edwards County setting up their defense. 4 men across the front line. 4 linebackers, 3 secondary men. Robinson in the T formation. There's the snap. Quarterback takes the ball, pitches it out, and a nice tackle over there. Oh, he gets away from it as Chase Hortin out there tried to make the tackle for a loss, but in fact kind of helped the ball carrier get some yardage. Troy, as he slung him, he went forward and carries it up to about the 38, so pick up of a yard on that. Chase had a chance to tackle him for a loss, but in grabbing a hold of him, he slung him forward, and so he gains a yard on the play where he could have lost yardage. So it's 2nd and 9 now from the Edwards County 38. Football again on the far side, hash mark. Receiver wide to the left side with a man in the slot on the left. Stevens goes back to pass, looks to the left side, throws down here. The receiver is wide open, and he dropped it. He dropped it. He was wide open down this left sideline, number 21, Joe Smith. And he dropped the ball, Troy. Well, that's a good break for Edwards County.
Definitely a break.
That was a breakdown in the Edwards County defensive secondary. Nobody covered Smith as he went rolling down this near sideline, and the ball was right on time, right to the receiver, but it went in and out of his hands. So that makes 3rd and 9 now for Robinson as they come out. Once again, they send the receiver wide to the left side and another one wide right with a T in the backfield. Stevens, a quarterback under center. Man in motion to the right side now. Fake pitch and a run right up the middle, and there's going to be a 1st down. And carrying down to short of the 25-yard line was Joe Smith. So that's a 1st down now for Robinson. And they say he was brought down at the Edwards County 27, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons of Robinson. As you might expect with that name, they wear maroon football uniforms with white numerals and trim. And the Maroons are out of the huddle. Receiver wide to the left side this time. Kind of a split backfield back there. Under center, Stevens goes back to pass. Looks over the middle. The rush is on. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught. And Dakota Moore makes the touchdown-saving tackle inside the 10-yard line. And that was Connor Griffin, the receiver for Robinson, as he gets the football inside the 10. Good tackle by Dakota Moore for Edwards County, and so it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Maroons. We're just getting started in the ball game. Clock shows 7:40 and counting in the first quarter. Robinson threatening to score now. Edwards County was 3 and out on their first possession. Maroons out of the huddle. Again, Stevens under center. Sets his club down, takes a snap, turns, hands it off to the running back up the middle, and he's going to make his way into the end zone. Number 31 runs in. That is Jason Rickert. I think I was looking at one of the boards here before you come into the stands here, Troy. That came with 7:16 to go first quarter. Rickert from, 8 yards out? Something like that, 8 or 9, something like that. It was inside the 10. And so Robinson jumps out 6-0. I think it said Rickert was one of the leading ground gainers of all time for Robinson High School. All right, they're going to kick the extra point, and Darren Cox is in to kick it for the Robinson Maroons. And now there's a snap. Oh, no, it's a fake play. He's rolling to the right, throwing in the end zone for 2 points, and it's overthrown. So the extra point attempt is no good. Timeout on the field. Score is Robinson 6, Edwards County nothing. Back here in 60 seconds.
Keith, Taylor, Avery, and Drew Roosevelt, family of senior band member and volleyball player Taylor Roosevelt. David and Amy Brewster of Brewster Enterprises Incorporated, supporting Kate Brewster, Russ, Seeley, Max, and Clive Gerlach. Linda Sachs. Jeff Gillard of Gillard True Value Hardware in Albion and Grayville. Connie and Ray Root, grandparents of Maddie Gillard. Myrna Mason, Randy and Jared Hallam of Mitchell Insurance Agency in Albion, Steve and Beverly Ward, and Don and Marilyn Brewster.
Just a few of the broadcast boosters making our broadcast here on Edwards County Sportsnet possible. We thank them for doing so. Remember, tomorrow, the Edwards County Lady Lions finish out their regular season in the Topper Tournament at Mount Pulaski. Troy and I will be there to broadcast all of the Lady Lions games. The first one will get underway at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Our broadcast here on Edwards County Sportsnet will begin at 8:45 tomorrow morning. So if you can't make the trip to Mount Pulaski, join us here on the Internet. All right, we're ready for the kickoff now, and the football is teed up at the 40-yard line. Once again, Lucas Hortin standing back there at the 15-yard line. Ryan Moody is a little up closer, and I can't still see the number of the receiver. That's Gabe Smith standing at about the 28-yard line.
I think Logan Potter's one of our returns.
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe that's Logan Potter on the other side. There's a run up. There's a kick. And it's going to go back to Lucas. He's going to let it roll into the end zone for a touchback. Don't run out of there, Lucas, and he's going to. Well, maybe it didn't get in the end zone. It didn't get in the end zone, so he had to pick it up and run. I was looking at the wrong stripe there. So Lucas had to pick it up and run with it. And he got up to, looks like about the 9 maybe. I was hoping the ball would trickle into the end zone for a touchback, Troy, but it didn't quite make it. And I know Lucas was hoping that too, but it stopped, and he had to pick it up and run with it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Edwards County. And the line of scrimmage is going to be, they say, the 8-yard line. So the Lions once again have their backs to the wall. And let's see what Coach Doug Horton's going to pull out of the bag on this first down play. The Horton boys go wide right. That's Lucas and Chase. And in the slot is Dakota Moore here on the right. Potter is wide to the left side. There's the snap. Grimes going to keep the ball, run to the left side, and he gets across the 10 up to not quite the 15-yard line. Grimes on the quarterback keeper. Let's see how many yards they do give him. Pick up of about, let's say 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 now for Edwards County. Line of scrimmage will be the Edwards County 13, it appears from here. 6 minutes and 50 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Robinson leading 6-0 so far. Lions come out of the huddle. Ryan Moody's in the backfield now for Edwards County. Once again, Moore and the Horton boys go wide right. Potter left. Grimes in the shotgun, actually in the pistol, takes a snap, rushes on, throws over the middle, pass is dropped. Now over the middle, the pass was intended there for Ryan Moody coming out of the backfield, but he could not make connection. So the incomplete pass stops the clock now with 6:27 here in the first quarter. And it'll be it should be third, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be third.
Yeah, it should be third down. The sticks over there are still indicating second down, but it should be 3rd down and 6 now for Edwards County. Guy over there keeping the down marker, and the line of scrimmage marker is behind. Well, wait a minute. They're talking. Was there a penalty flag down? I didn't see a flag. Yeah, they're marking off penalty against Edwards County, 5 yards. Let's see what the signal's going to be here. Where's the referee? There he is. Now, let's see. Well, he didn't give us a signal, did he?
No.
5-yard penalty, I would guess maybe illegal procedure would be my guess, but he didn't signal.
I didn't even see a penalty
flag. I didn't either, Troy, but it moves the football back to the original line of scrimmage where it's still 2nd down. And another running play is not going to gain very much at all. Was that Moody again? Yep, Ryan Moody running the football to the right side of the line this time, and he loses a yard. So it's going to be now 3rd down and a good 11 yards for another first down. And the line of scrimmage appears to be the Edwards County 7-yard line. Clock continues to count off. 5:50 to play, first quarter. Okay, there goes Potter wide left. Lucas Horton goes wide right. And it's an I formation in the backfield. Smith and Moody behind the quarterback. Quick throw over the middle is incomplete. Pass was intended for Chase Horton on a pass over the middle, but it was knocked away by one of the defenders for Robinson. And so once again, Cal Fajeda will have to come in and boot it away for the Lions. I hope Lucas learned his lesson on that last play.
I hope so.
Well, let's see how good a punt Fajeda can get off here now for Edwards County. He'll be standing in his own end zone again. Weber, the center. Good, clean snap. Fajeda, it's a line drive, low kick, bounds at the Edwards County 33 and falls forward. And now Lucas downs it at the 39-yard line of Edwards County. So not much distance on it, but at least Robinson could not return it. And so Robinson will take over on offense now, and the Edwards County defense comes in. We're still in the first quarter, and the score is Robinson 6, Edwards County nothing. Robinson scoring on a touchdown run of, what did we say, 8 yards or 9?
I think it was 9.
Okay. And in the extra point attempt, they faked the 2-point or the 1-point extra point kick and threw the pass in the end zone, which was incomplete. So it's 6-0 Robinson. They're out of the huddle. Stevens, a quarterback, takes a snap, turns, and throws one out here in the left flat. It's caught. And a good tackle out here for Edwards County by Dakota Moore. Receiver was number 44, Jake Powell. But Dakota Moore made a good defensive tackle for Edwards County and pick up on the play of about 8 yards. It's going to be second and a short 8. Football midway between the 30 and 31-yard line of Edwards County here on the near side hash mark. It's a T formation in the backfield. Stevens hands the ball off, running back over the left side. He's got the first down. And let's see that. That's 3 tacklers trying to get this boy down, and finally they blow the whistle. But that's what I was talking about, gang tackling, Troy. We had 3 tacklers on it. Number 31, Richard, and he's a bull. He's a moose. He's hard to bring down, just like our Chase Hortin is.
Right.
So let's not criticize our tacklers for not able to get him down. He's drug a lot of tacklers this year,
I'm sure
obviously.
He has.
But again, we had 3 tacklers there to try to bring him down. All right, here comes Robinson out of the huddle. It's 1st and 10 now from the Edwards County 20. Stevens in the shotgun this time. Takes a snap, looks to the right side, rushes on. Now comes left, throws out here. Intercepted by Lucas Hortin, and he's up to the 21-yard line. Lucas Hortin stepped in front of the intended receiver and picks off the pass. Well, there's a good play, Troy.
Way to snuff out that drive.
Yeah, that stopped that quick. So the Lions are going to take it now, 1st and 10 from their own 22, it appears. Big play there on defense by Lucas Hortin. I think that makes up for that.
Yeah, big time.
Not downing the football on that punt. Well, let's see what the Lions can do this time. They've got the football. This will be the 3rd time
Correct.
that the Lions have had possession of the football. Moody now leaves the lineup and heads towards the sideline. And there goes Potter wide left. Dakota Moore also goes wide left, and so does Chase Hortin out there in the slot. Lucas is on the right side wide. Gabe Smith is in the backfield there with Grimes, the quarterback. And there goes a penalty flag down, as it was Smith, the ball carrier, and he didn't get hardly anything. But let's see what that flag is all about. It's probably going to be against us. Illegal procedure. That's what it is. That's the call against Edwards County. That'll cost us another 5 yards. Apparently somebody moved on the line before the ball was snapped. So that'll move the football back to about, the 17 or 18? 17. Well, I guess it's at the 22 now. They must have declined a penalty because it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yep.
Yeah, they declined the penalty because on the play, Gabe Smith got back to the original line of scrimmage, so they just took the play and declined the penalty. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 22 of Edwards County. Grimes gets the snap, rolls to the left, rushes on, gets away from that tackler, but not the ball is loose. There's a scramble for it at about the 12-yard line, and let's see who got it.
Robinson's pretty convinced they have it, and I think they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Robinson's got it. So Drew Grimes, rolling to the left side, was hit by 2 Robinson tacklers, and the ball came squirting out. And a big pileup at the Edwards County 12, and Robinson comes out of the pile with the football. Well, that wipes out that interception, doesn't it?
Afraid so.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Robinson from the Edwards County 12-yard line. Lions setting up their 4-man defensive front 4 line with the 4 linebackers. T in the backfield again. Stevens turns, hands it off, running play, and a good Fajeda knifed through and got into the backfield and tripped up the ball carrier. But Powell does carry up for maybe a couple of yards. So Fajeda got in there and kind of messed up the play there. Or it would have been a bigger gain than that. It's 2nd and a short 8 for another first down for Robinson. The football appeared to be about the 10-yard line. Stevens hands it off, running play over the right side, and he's still going. He's inside the 5, and finally on the far sideline is brought down over there. Let's see who gets up after making the tackle. Looks like Lucas Hortin was the tackler for Edwards County. It was Cox, the ball carrier, and he's normally their kicker, but he ran the football that time. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 yards for another first down. So they can get a first down without scoring the touchdown. Stevens takes a snap, hands it off over the right side and plowing. Did he get in the end zone? Yes. Number 44 again, Jake Powell, cuts over the left side, over the right side of our defense and gets into the end zone. That was a, let's see, Troy. The line of scrimmage was inside the 5, wasn't it? Let's say a 3-yard run.
Yeah.
That came with 2:42 left here in the first quarter. So Robinson now leads 12-0. And let's see if they kick it this time or try another fake play. The kicker is Darren Cox. And the football will be put down at the 10 on the placement. And let's see if he kicks it this time. There's the snap. There's the spot. Yeah, he's going to kick it. And did he get it through the uprights? Yes, he did. Timeout on the field. The score, Robinson 13, Edwards County nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Jason Holfaker. Linda Oxby, former Edwards County girls volleyball coach. Emma Campbell Smith. Betty and Kenny Smith, Zoe Markman's great-grandparents. Eddie and Lila Fuchs. Victor and Fairlyn Oxby, Linda Oxby's parents. Phil and Nancy Watkins in Grants Pass, Oregon, Megan's grandparents. Ronald and Marilyn Mann. Don and Deanna James, Kaylee James' grandparents. Larry and Linda Schmittler, grandparents of Caitlin Schmittler, Larry Schmittler Service, Oilfield Engine Repair in Grayville. Stu, Shadina Zed, and Zimmy Martin, Zoe's family. Tom and Kay Moore, Taylor Roosevelt's grandparents. Roger, Rita, and Kinsey James, Kaylee James' family. And Lonnie, Valerie, and Hallie Merbarger, and Anna, Sadie's family.
Just a few more of our broadcast boosters, and we'll be mentioning more of them as the evening wears on here in Robinson, Illinois, where Edwards County playing their last game of the season against the Robinson Maroons. They're also playing their last game of the regular season, and the playoff pairings will be announced tomorrow. Well, for Troy, this is our second night in a row coming up here to Robinson. Last night we were up here for the Lady Lions volleyball game against Robinson, which the Lady Lions won, by the way. And so they'll go into their tournament at Mount Pulaski tomorrow on a winning note after losing their last 2 before that last Saturday in the Edwards County Invitational Volleyball Tournament. There's the run-up, and there's the kick. Coming downfield, it's fielded by Moody at the 18. He's up to the 20, the 25. He's over the 30-yard line and finally brought down short of the 35-yard line. Good return there by Ryan Moody. And so Edwards County is going to have their best field possession of this football game so far. They'll have it at their own, looks like 32 is where they're going to say he was down. So the Lions come out. Gage Weber is the center. At guard positions are Keener and Stockton. The tackles are Messman and McKinzie. Lions now in their huddle, getting the play from head coach Doug Hortin. They break the huddle. There goes Potter wide left. Dakota Moore will be in the slot on the left side. Lucas Hortin is wide right. Gabe Smith is in the backfield with Drew Grimes. There's the snap. Grimes looks left, throws left out there in the flat. The pat caught by Moore, and he struggles forward to short of the 40-yard line before he's pushed back. Good play on that side of the field that time. Moore, the receiver. And that's going to be good for about 7 yards, so it'll be 2nd and about 3 for Edwards County from their own 39 now. Football on the far side hash mark now. I'm surprised, Troy. Looking across the way in the bleacher section, visitor section, we have several folks from Edwards County who've made the trip up here to Robinson. Of course, it's not that long a trip like Paris and some of these other games we've gone to.
No.
But several Edwards County fans are here to support the Lions in their last game of the season. All right, Lions out of the huddle. Grimes gets the snap, looks right, throws right out here in the flat to Chase Hortin, and he bowls across the 40. Did he get the first down? That's going to be the question. 3 Robinson tacklers hit him. It took 3 to bring him down. Let's see. I think he's going to be a little short, Troy, from looking across the way. They're going to say they're going to say it's first down. Okay, we'll take it.
We will take that.
Yeah. So the pass play from Grimes to Chase Hortin is good for the first down, and it's going to be at the Edwards County 42. Gabe Smith checks into the lineup now, and Ryan Moody goes to the sidelines, perhaps bringing in a play from Coach Hortin. Once again, Moore goes wide to the left as a wide receiver. Here's Lucas, wide right. Chase and Potter in the slot. Grimes is going to run up the middle, and he can't quite get to the 45. He's being pushed back now, and he may get a yard or 2 out of that play. Quarterback keeper. Grimes took the snap in the pistol formation and then went right up the middle and carries up to the Edwards County 43, where it's going to be 2nd and 9 now. Less than a minute to play. In fact, coming up on 35 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. It's Robinson 13, Edwards County nothing. That's our score. There goes Potter wide left, along with Moore and Chase Hortin in the slot on the left. Lucas wide right. Grimes, the quarterback, has Moody in the backfield. There's a snap, and Ryan is going to run, and he is over the 45, and now is going to be pushed back before he can get to the midfield stripe. I think they're going to give him about the 49-yard line. So he's going to be short of the first down by a good 3, maybe 4 yards. And they are going to put it right down. And there is the horn ending the first quarter. Robinson 13, Edwards County nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Gerald and Judy Knight, Nicole Alcorn's grandparents, Gene and Jackie Copeland, George and Shirley Tribe, Dorothy Kirkendall, candidate for Edwards County Treasurer, Glenn and Marilyn Clodfeller, Kaylee James' grandparents, Volleyball MC Todd Bailey of TCB Detail Repair and Tires on the square in Albion. When you need tires, check with Todd. Bill and Susan Markman, grandparents of Zoe Markman, Carrie, Wayne, JT, and Callie Doss, cheering on Nicole Alcorn from Spring, Texas, Kathy and Jim Markman of CJ's Auto Sales and Service and CJ's Rental Homes, former Midwest kid Gary Altman, now out in Grand Pass, Oregon, Earl and Judy Loudermilk, and Tim and Alicia Yates.
Troy and I will be covering all, not just a few, but all of the Edwards County Lions basketball games this season on Edwards County Sportsnet. We're hoping most, if not all, of our broadcast boosters will stay with us to help cover our expenses of bringing you Edwards County basketball in the upcoming season. All right, getting ready to go back to play now to start the second quarter, and our first quarter score is Robinson 13, Edwards County nothing. So, Troy, that's an improvement. I thought the score would be a lot worse than this by the end of the first quarter, but it isn't. So the Lions are playing better football tonight, folks, better than we expected, as Robinson still has their starters out there. Lions have the football. It's third down from the 48. There's a snap. Grimes looking over the middle, throws over the middle, pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for Lucas Hortin. He would have been short of the first down had he even caught the ball. So fourth down comes up, and now is Coach Hortin going to decide to kick it away or go for it? It's 4th and about, 4 yards, short 4 yards for another first down for Edwards County. Line of scrimmage is the Edwards County, let's say the 48.
I haven't seen any sign of fajitas, so I'd say they're going for it.
Looks like they are going to go for it. Weber, the center, goes out over the ball. Grimes in the pistol formation. Takes the snap, looks to pass, throws over the middle, pass is tipped and intercepted. Intercepted there, and he's going to be instantly tackled by Chase Hortin. That pass was tipped, and that helped the interception there by number 35, Mason Shaw, for Robinson. So they'll take over 1st and 10 to start the second quarter now, or get early into the second quarter, and it's going to be at their own 40, midway between the 47 and 48. 1st and 10 for Robinson. Lions setting up their defensive line. Gabe Smith's on that line, along with Stockton, Fajeda, and Chase Hortin. Also on the defensive line for Edwards County is Kyle Fajeda. There's a snap. Stevens rolling to the left side, keeps the football, gets across the 45, short of the midfield stripe before he's brought down. Fajeda in on the tackle along with Ryan Moody. And so it's going to be second down and about 5. So give him a pickup of 5 yards on that quarterback keeper on the option play to the left side. Just getting started here in the second quarter. Robinson has the football. It's on the far side hash mark. T in the backfield. Ends are tight. Stevens hands it off to the second back over the right side. He's got the first down and then some. Lucas Hortin makes the tackle for Edwards County with an assist there from Logan Potter. And Cox was the ball carrier for Robinson, and he carries to the Edwards County 37-yard line, 1st and 10. I'll tell you what, these ball carriers for Robinson are big.
Going to be very hard to bring down.
And they run hard.
Yeah.
They get a momentum going. It's tough to bring them down.
Yeah.
All right, Robinson with the football now. Once again, same formation. Stevens turns, goes back to pass. The rush is on, throws downfield. The receiver's wide open. He makes the catch, and now he's finally going to be wrestled down over there near the 10-yard line. Let's see who made the touchdown saving tackle. Lucas Hortin is back there, and he had a help from turn around there so I can give you credit there, young man. Can't see his number. Anyway, it's going to be first down for Robinson on that long pass play from Stevens to their receiver. So they're going to have it now 1st and 10 from, well, actually 1st and goal from about the 7.
Yeah.
All right. They send receivers wide to both sides. And now we jump off sides on the Edwards County defense on the left side. One of our defensive ends jumps across the line, and that'll cost Edwards County half the distance to the goal. And let's see where they put that down. It's inside the 5. Looks like about 3 or 4 yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for Robinson. Clock counting, 10:24 here in the second quarter. Stevens under center. Long count here. Man in motion from the left side. And they hand it off to him, and he's running around the right side. Did he get in? Yeah, he gets in. Cox, that came with 10:06 or 10:08. 10:08 to go in the second quarter. And Cox runs from, let's say, 3 yards out for the touchdown, making it now Robinson 19, Edwards County nothing. And the extra point attempt coming up here. It'll either be a kick or, again, maybe a fake. Let's see if they go for the 2. I'm guessing they'll kick it. Cox is also their kicker. And it's going to be, no, they're going to go for the 2 points, Troy. They got the offense out there. Stevens, that sends a man in motion to the right, pitches it out there. And number 31, does he get in? Yep, number 31 carries it in. That's Jason Rickert again for the extra point. And it's now Robinson 21, Edwards County nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Debbie Smith, Republican candidate for Edwards County Treasurer. Kai Coleman, Kaylee James' cousin. David and Glenna Summers. Pam Mann, Nina Mann, and Terry Mavis. Robert and Demona Neese. Kenton Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield. Gospel Chapel, a non-denominational church in Bone Gap. Services begin every Sunday morning at 10. Janice Shaw of Janice's Beauty Shop in Albion. She offers a complete line of beauty shop services for women, and she also cuts hair for men. Call Janice for an appointment, 445-2436. Radio station WVYN 90.9 in Wayne City, The Vine, featuring the best Christian music in Southern Illinois.
Just a few of our broadcast boosters, and again, I'm hoping that most, if not all of them, will stay with us as we begin the basketball season here in a few weeks. Here on Edwards County Sportsnet, Troy and I are going to be covering all of the Edwards County Lions varsity basketball games this season here on Edwards County Sportsnet. All right, here we go, ready to resume play. Once again, Lucas is, no, wait a minute, he's not back there at this time, Troy. Let's see, back there deep to receive the kick is Ryan Ensley, along with Potter and Moody. And the football's teed up at the 40-yard line, and Cox will kick it away for Robinson. So I hope Lucas is not injured, but he's not out there to return this kick. Ryan Inslee is the guy in the middle. There's the kick coming downfield. Inslee now fields the ball at the 10, comes up to the 15, right up the middle of the 20, and fights forward to the 25 and then is pushed back. Ryan Inslee, a 5'8", 130-pound sophomore, returns the kick. And let's see, it's going to be put down at the 26-yard line. So Edwards County will have it 1st and 10 from there. Lions coming out of the sidelines, now setting up. Weber the center. Stockton and Keener are the guards. Messman and McKinzie are the tackles. There comes Potter wide left side as a wide receiver. And there goes Dakota Moore, wide right. Chase Hortin is tight on the end on the right side. In the backfield. Smith and Lucas is in there, and he's the ball carrier, and he tries over the right side. Not much there. Let's see if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, well, give him a yard. Let's say 2nd and 9. So the line of scrimmage now is going to be the Edwards County 27. Just short of the 27. Gabe Smith checks out of the ball game, heads towards the sideline. That means Ryan Moody is in the ball game now with the play from Coach Hortin. Once again, here's Potter wide left. Moore wide right. In the backfield. And there's a snap, and Moody, or check that, Grimes is going to be sacked. Drew Grimes was going to try to throw a pass as he scrambled out to the right side, and he was snowed under by a host of Robinson tacklers for a sack all the way back to the Edwards County 17, maybe? Let's see where they finally put him down. Yeah, just about the 17-yard line, Troy. So with the clock showing 8:45 and counting here in the second quarter, it's Robinson 21, Edwards County nothing. The Lions are facing a 3rd and about 18, 19 yards for another 1st down. All right, same formation this time for Edwards County. There's a snap. Grimes looking right, throwing right out here, and it's overthrown. Pass was intended for Lucas Hortin down the right side, but it was overthrown, so that'll bring up a 4th down, and once again, Lions are going to have to kick this one away. Cal Fajeda checks in. He plays on the defensive line, but also comes out to be the punter for Edwards County. So he'll be standing back near the goal line to kick this one away. Needs a good pass from center Gage Weber. Lions checking to make sure they have 11 men in there for this punt. There's a good pass from center. Fajeda gets a good kick into it. And that's going to go over the head of the receiver. It bounds at the 35, at the 30. Now picked up at the 28 by the Robinson runner. And he spins away from one tackler, but not Ryan Moody. And there comes a penalty flag down. If they call that on as a horse collar, Troy, that's wrong. Because he had jersey. He did not have collar. Let's see what this official calls. Penalty flag did go down. That was not a horse collar tackler, if that's what they call that. Maybe it's against Robinson, but I don't think so. No, it is against Robinson. Block in the back. Okay, so that'll cost Robinson. The line of scrimmage would have been the original 50-yard line, but now the penalty is against Robinson. They're going to talk to the Edwards County captains to see if they want to accept it. Obviously, they're going to, because that should be a 15-yarder.
And it is.
Yeah, they're going to move that football from the spot of the foul, too, which was the 39. So they move it 10 yards back to the 29. So it's a 10-yard penalty, and from the spot of the foul. So Robinson will take it 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Let's see what the Lions can do on defense now. Stevens, the quarterback's in the pistol formation this time. Takes a snap and throws to the right side. Pass is caught. That's going to be a 1st down. And finally tripped up across the 50-yard line. Ryan Inslee, along with Lucas Hortin, combining on the stop for Edwards County as the receiver was number 83, Connor Griffin. And that pass play brings the football back into Edwards County territory to the 48-yard line. So Robinson will have it 1st and 10 from the Edwards County 48. Clock rolling now. 7:55 and counting here in the second period. Robinson 21, Edwards County nothing. That's our score. Maroons come out of the huddle. Receivers wide to both sides with men in the slot on both sides. Stevens, a quarterback, takes the snap in the gun. He's rushed, gets away from one tackler, throws over the middle, and it's overthrown. Overthrown, intended downfield for Connor Griffin. Back there defending for Edwards County was number 44, Andrew Embry, playing in the defensive backfield for the Lions. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 7:35 to play here in the second period. Robinson still with the ball, 2nd and 10 from the Edwards County 48. Stevens, a quarterback, looks to the sidelines to get signals from his coach Tim Nolan, and they're out of the huddle. Once again, receivers wide to both sides for the Maroons. T in the backfield this time. Stevens under center, sends a man in motion to the left, faked handoff up the middle. It was a faked pitch out, and then a running play right up the middle to Richard, and the tackle by Ryan Moody for Edwards County. And that'll be a pickup of about 3 yards as Richard is tackled at the Edwards County 45. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Maroons. Good tackle by Moody then out of his linebacker position for Edwards County, playing the middle linebacker position. So it's 3rd and 7 now for Robinson. There's a snap, and it's a running play to the left side. And that's going to be close to another first down. Tackled by Embry again, this time for Edwards County, and Richard was the ball carrier. Let's see where they put him down. Going to be close to the first down. And yes, it is a first down. 1st and 10 for Robinson from the Edwards County 38. Football right in the middle of the football field. Clock rolling again now, coming up on 6:50 to play, first half. Maroons sending a receiver wide left, a man in the slot on the left. The end is tight on the right side. Stevens under center, gets the snap, goes back to pass, gets away from one tackler, keeps the football, runs up to the 30 and across the 30-yard line, short of the 25 before he's brought down. Stevens, the quarterback, on the keeper, tackled by Gabe Smith and Ryan Moody as well. So it's going to be 2nd down and about a yard, so a pickup of 9 yards on that quarterback keeper by Stevens. On the defensive line for the Lions, front 4 and 4 linebackers. Stevens under center again. Turns and gives it off to Richard again, and he's going to be hit near the line of scrimmage. And then look at that. 4 Edwards County tacklers gang up on the ball carrier to push him back. That's what I'm talking about, Troy. There is improvement on this football team in spite of the fact that we haven't won one. And did he get the first down? Yes, he did. He didn't have to get but a yard, so it wasn't much that he had to get. So it's another first down for Robinson with coming up on 5.5 minutes to play here in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Maroons from the Edwards County 26. Receivers wide to both sides again. Stevens back to pass. Looks down to the right side. Now scrambles, keeps the football. He's up to the 20, 15, and finally tackled over there on the far side. Bucky Stevens is close to another first down. Looks like Dakota Moore was up there along with Gabe Smith on the tackle. And that is enough for another first down for the Maroons. Well, this is not surprising, Troy. We knew this Robinson team has a good offense.
No doubt about it.
I'm just surprised we're coming near the end of the second quarter and down only 21-0. As I said at the beginning of our broadcast, if we end the first half down by less than 40 points, then we've played very, very well.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't sound right, but it is right.
It is.
Stevens under center again. And it's a running play over the left side, and Richard is going to go all the way in. 15-yard touchdown run. 15 yards, Richard right over his left guard and left tackle, goes into the end zone. That came with 4:41 left to play here in the second period. And it's now Robinson 27, Edwards County nothing. And let's see if they kick this extra point or go for the 2 again like they did on the last touchdown. Looks like they're setting up for the kick, but that doesn't mean they will. Football is going to be held by number 13, the quarterback Stevens, and kicked by Cox there, place kicker. There's the snap, there's the spot, there's the kick. It's up. Looks good from here, and it was good. Timeout on the field. It's Robinson, 27, Edwards County, nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
Do you need your carpets cleaned? Call Dan Aaron of Dan's Carpet Cleaning, 618-302-0972. Dan, Shirley, Michael, and Travis are cheering on the Lions. Sam and Sheila Smith, Ed and Mary Bailey. Watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flower and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. Chris and Teresa Kelsey. Steve Thompson, your country financial agent in West Salem. Doug Hortin, your country financial agent in Albion. Cheryl Taylor and Mary Erickson of T.J. Marsh backing the Lady Lions. T.J. Marsh, over 30 years of serving and supporting the community. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Cowger, and Sadie Marks family, Kent, Jamie Lynn Clay, and Ellie Marks.
Don't forget the Lady Lions play tomorrow at Mount Pulaski in the Topper Tournament. They'll be playing at least 3, possibly as many as 5 games tomorrow. The first one will start at 9 o'clock, and you can hear it and see it here on Edwards County Sportsnet, starting at 8:45 tomorrow morning. All right, we're ready for the kickoff now with 4:41 left to play here in the first half. Back deep. Looks like Gabe Smith is back deep this time for Edwards County. Ryan Moody standing at the 25 as the up back. And Potter and that's Inslee over there on the far sideline standing at the 20 to receive this kick. All right, there's the run up by Cox, and there's the kick. End over end kick coming down. Gabe fields the ball at about the 7, comes up to the 10, the 15, the 20, fights forward to the 25 and falls forward to about the 26. So a good return by the human bowling ball, Gabe Smith. And so that's where Edwards County will have it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Edwards County football coming your way live and direct tonight from Robinson, Illinois over WOKZ, 105.9 on the FM dial out of Fairfield. Also being broadcast on Edwards County Sportsnet. We're glad to have you either as a listener or a watcher and listener on Edwards County Sportsnet. Lions back in their huddle. Let's see what they can do with this possession of the football. It's been tough trying to move the ball against this very good Robinson defense. There goes Lucas and Chase Hortin wide to the right side. Moore and Potter wide left. Grimes in the gun. Throws to the right side out there. Caught by Lucas, but he's going to be chased and tackled near the line of scrimmage. Well, that was a complete pass to Lucas, but, I mean, they sniffed that play out, Troy. They knew it was coming.
This is a good Robinson defense. You're going to have to mix up some plays. You may have to just throw the kitchen sink at him and see what works.
Well, I think that's what Doug's doing, but but nothing so far has worked that much.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this is a good football team.
Yeah.
They've only lost 1 game this year. They've had some close shaves, but they've only lost 1, and that was to Casey. All right, same formation this time as we used last time. Let's see what Grimes, the quarterback, will do this time. There's a snap. He thought about running, and he's going to have to run and lose. He's going to be sacked again for a loss. Back inside the 20-yard line. A host of Robinson tacklers all over him as he thought about running with the football. It looked like he was going to try to run up the middle again on a quarterback keeper, but he had no place to go. So it's going to be 3rd down now and about 19 from the 19-yard line. That's where the football is marked. So it's got, 15, close to 17 yards to go for another 1st down. Moody goes to the sideline. I'm assuming that Gabe Smith checked in with the play from the bench. And the receivers go wide to both sides of the field. Chase as the only receiver to the right side. 3 coming to the left side. Quick pass to the left side. It's caught by Lucas. He's up to the 25 and falls forward to the 30-yard line as he's hit by 2 Robinson tacklers. That's going to be short of the 1st down, but still a good pickup on that pass play from Grimes, the quarterback, to Lucas Hortin. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And going to be fourth and about 6 yards for another first down for Edwards County from their own 31. And Cal Fajeda is in there to kick it away for Edwards County. Potter is one of the gunners to the left side. And it looks like Dakota Moore is the gunner to the right side, wide. Fajeda standing at his own 15, and now there's a whistle. Did we take too long? Did we use up the play clock?
Yep, I think so.
Let's see now. The officials coming in. I think that's what that's going to be. Delay a game penalty against Edwards County will cost the Lions 5 yards. We'll move the football back to the Edwards County 26 now. And that's going to move Fajeda back another 5 yards to kick this ball away. Robinson has just one receiver back here deep to receive it. He's standing at his own 38-yard line. Long count by the Lions. Good pass from center by Weber. Fajeda gets the toe. A low kick. Bounds at the 50-yard line. Picked up at the 45. Running with the football to the far sideline is number 6, White. And he's into Edwards County territory. And there are 3 tacklers there for the Lions to bring him down at the 40-yard line. Again, good pursuit by the Lions. Let's see, we had Moore and Moody in on the tackle. And one other tackler didn't catch his number before they all got up and all ran away. But again, Troy, good example of good gang tackling by the Lions. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Robinson from the Edwards County 40-yard line. Clock now shows 2:19 left here in the first half. And the score, Robinson 28, Edwards County nothing. But again, I thought it would be a lot worse than this, Troy, by this time.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's not because they're playing second stringers. They got their starters out there.
That's right.
All right. Stevens, the quarterback's in the pistol formation this time. Takes the snap. Rushes on. Throws over the middle, and it is caught. And he's instantly tackled at the 35 by 2 Edwards County tacklers. Moody and Emery making the tackle for Edwards County. I think that's right. Yeah, Andrew Emery was the other tackler for Edwards County. So that's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and a long 4 from the Edwards County 34-yard line. Maroons out of the huddle. Receivers wide to both sides. Stevens again in the pistol formation. Gets the snap. The rush is on, but he throws down the field. It's caught, and he gets behind our defenders, and it's going to be a touchdown. 34-yard touchdown pass, Troy. 34 yards from Stevens to, was it number 7? I think it was. Dylan Dirks, I believe, was the receiver on that touchdown. And that came with 1:40 left here in the first half. Makes it now Robinson 34, Edwards County nothing. And the extra point attempt coming up. Receiver got behind our defender, and all Stevens had to do was lay the ball in his hands, which he did. And they're going to go for the 2 points. Stevens under center. Gets the snap. Going to throw a pass to the left side. It's caught. Extra point from Stevens to number, I can't see his number 88, to Raines, Colin Raines. And the score is now 36-0, back in 60 seconds.
David and Lisa Mathis, Doug and Linda Rigber. Doug is your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. Gene Kolak, owner of the Man Cave Gallery in Fairfield. Western memorabilia, motivational posters, pictures, and Native American art. Gene carries many custom handmade and factory knives. Shad, Marilee Lindsay, and Seth McKinzie of McKinzie Farms. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry. Kevin, Heidi, and T.J. Smurden. Keith, Kayla, Avery, and Drew Roosevelt, family of senior band member and volleyball player Taylor Roosevelt, and David and Amy Brewster of Brewster Enterprises Incorporated, supporting Kate Brewster.
As I indicated a few minutes ago, Troy and I are going to be broadcasting all, not just a few, but all of the Edwards County Lions varsity basketball games this season on Edwards County Sportsnet. This will be the first time in the history of the school that all of their varsity basketball games will be available for people to watch and listen to. And you'll be able to do that here on Edwards County Sportsnet. All right, we're ready now to have another kickoff. And let's see, it's Gabe Smith again standing at the 10-yard line as the deep back to receive this kick. Football teed up at the 40-yard line. Cox, their kicker, will boot it away. 1:40 left here in the first half. Let's see what the Lions can do with it on this possession. There's the run up. There's a kick going to the far side. Smith fields it up at about the 13, comes up to the 20. He's at the 25, fighting for the 30-yard line, and does fall across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Lions will have it 1st and 10 in their own territory. And let's see, looks like about the 32-yard line. So a little over a minute and a half left here in the first half. Stay with us here at halftime. We'll have some information for you on the football team and what's coming up in the future in Edwards County athletics. All right, there's the whistle to start the play clock. But the scoreboard clock won't start until the ball is snapped. Here comes Potter wide left. Dakota Moore will be the man in the slot on the left. Chase Hortin is wide right. And Lucas is out there in the slot on the right. And it's a running play up the middle by Moody. He's over the 35, fights forward, and I think he fumbled, and I think Robinson's got it back. Moody lost the football, and the Robinson players are signaling they got it. And they do. So a fumble by Moody, and that'll give Robinson a chance to score 40 points before the half is over. They're up now 36-0, and they're going to have it 1st and 10 from the Edwards County 38-yard line. I thought we were going to keep them under 40, Troy. I guess we still could, but the way they've been running the football and throwing the football, they might just get another touchdown to take a more than 40-point lead before the half. All right, they're out of the huddle. There's no doubting about it. This is a good football team we're facing tonight. Stevens under center. Long count. Man in motion from the left side now. And I think he dropped the ball. He did drop the ball and just had to fall on it. Cal Fajeda was in there to help cover him up, as well as Seth McKinzie, who's out there playing on the defense for the first time tonight that I've noticed anyway. Now he trots to the sideline. Seth, one of our more bulkier linemen, was playing on defense that time and helped recover that football. So it's going to be a loss on the play of about 2 yards. We'll say it's 2nd and 12. 43 seconds to go. Come on, Lions. Don't let them score. Man in motion to the right side. There's the pitch to the right. Running play to the right side. And they finally push him out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. That was Ryan Moody making the touchdown-saving tackle, pushing the ball carrier out of bounds at about the 22. So that'll stop the clock with 31 seconds to go. Come on, Lions. Start the play clock again. 31 seconds on the clock. That's all that's left here in the first half. Receivers wide to both sides. T in the backfield. Stevens under center, sets his club down. There goes a man in motion to the left. Running play up the middle. And he's going to go for the touchdown. Missed tackle. Made the play easy. 22-yard touchdown run. Was that Rickard again, Troy?
Number 43.
43 is Logan Miller. Logan Miller scores from 22 yards out, and that makes it now 42-0 with extra points coming up. Well, the good part about that, Troy, we're going to have a running clock in the second half. So we can get this game over with and get out of here and forget about this season. Well, not forget about it. I don't mean that, because obviously things have been gained this season, although it doesn't look like it. But it is. Depends on how you want to look at things, folks. They're going to kick this extra point. Football will be spotted at the 10. And there's the snap. There's the spot. There's the kick. Looks good from here. Had plenty of distance on it. No good. He missed it. So with 25 seconds left to go in the half, the score is Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
David and Amy Brewster of Brewster Enterprises Incorporated, supporting Kate Brewster, Russ Seeley Max and Clive Gerlach, Linda Sachs, Jeff Gillard of Gillard True Value Hardware in Albion and Grayville, Connie and Ray Root, grandparents of Maddie Gillard, Myrna Mason, Randy and Jared Hallam of Mitchell Insurance Agency in Albion, Steve and Beverly Ward, Don and Marilyn Brewster, Jason Holfaker, Linda Oxby, former Edwards County girls volleyball coach, Emma Campbell Smith, Betty and Kenny Smith, Zoe Markman's great-grandparents, Eddie and Lila Fuchs, Victor and Fairlyn Oxby, Linda Oxby's parents, and Phil and Nancy Watkins in Grants Pass, Oregon, Megan's grandparents.
A few of our broadcast boosters who make it possible for Troy and I to be either on the sidelines or in the gymnasium to bring you Edwards County football and Edwards County volleyball action here on Edwards County Sportsnet. All right, the football being teed up again at the 40-yard line for another kickoff from the Robinson Maroons place kicker, Darren Cox, who is a 6', 170-pound senior. It's Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. Back deep again is Gabe Smith. Lucas Horton's out there now again to receive this kick. He stood off a couple of these kick returns. He's out there now. Ryan Moody standing at the Edwards County 25. That's Ryan Ensley on the far side at the 20-yard line. So those are the deep backs to receive this kick. And here's the run-up, and there's the kick. End-over-end kick. Smith picks the ball up at the 10, drops it, now picks it back up. He's at the 15, the 20, and hit by 3 or 4 tacklers as he struggles to try to make the 25-yard line. Let's see if he made it. And 21 seconds left here in the half. Let's see what the Lions do. Will they just simply take a knee or run a play? Coach Doug Hortin sending in his offensive unit now. Weber the center, Stockton and Keener the guards, McKinzie and Messman the tackles, along with the wide receivers and running backs that we mention quite often. I try to mention now these linemen who seldom get mentioned. All right, Grimes in the pistol formation, takes the snap. Throws out here in the left flat to Hortin. Lucas has got the ball. He's at the 30, the 35, and falls forward to about the 45-yard line. Good play by Lucas Hortin. And so that'll be a first down for Edwards County with 13 seconds left on the clock. They say he's down at the 44-yard line. Good play from Grimes to Lucas. Pass out in the left flat, and Lucas carried the football up to the 44. One more play. Time for one more play. Lucas goes into the slot on the right side this time with brother Chase out there wide right. There's a snap. Grimes back to pass. Another quick pass out there to Lucas. He tries to get away from tacklers, and he's going to be hit as he falls forward to about the 45, and that's it. There's the horn, and that ends the first half. And our halftime score is Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. We'll be back here with halftime information in 60 seconds.
Ronald and Marilyn Mann, Don and Deanna James, Kaylee James grandparents, Larry and Linda Schmittler, grandparents of Caitlin Schmittler, Larry Schmittler Service, Oilfield Engine Repair in Grayville, Stu Shadina Zed and Zemi Martin, Zoe's family, Tom and Kay Moore, Taylor Roosevelt's grandparents, Roger, Rita, and Kinsey James, Kaylee James family, Lonnie, Valerie, and Hallie Murbarger and Anna, Sadie's family, Carol and Judy Knight, Nicole Alcorn's grandparents, Jean and Jackie Copeland, George and Shirley Tribe, Dorothy Kirkendall, candidate for Edwards County Treasurer, Glenn and Marilyn Clodfelder, Kaylee James grandparents, and volleyball MC Todd Bailey of TCB Detail Repair and Tires on the square in Albion. When you need tires, check with Todd.
Okay, we are at halftime, and our score is Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. That's not really surprising, Troy. We expected this kind of outcome for the first half. As I said in the beginning of our broadcast, if we could hold Robinson under 40 points through the first half, then we would really be accomplishing anything. Well, we almost did that. Almost. And but they do get their 42 points, so that means the clock will not stop during the second half, which means we can get this football game over with. And that's good news for me and you in this respect, because after the game is over, we've got to pack up all this equipment and then hit the road and get home. It takes a little over an hour to drive from here to our house anyway.
Right.
So that means we're going to be getting home late. And then we've got to get up and hit the road again at 4:30 in the morning to make that long, more than 3-hour drive up to Mount Pulaski tomorrow for the Edwards County Lady Lions games in the Topper tournament at Mount Pulaski. And for the benefit of those of you who have computers or smartphones that can connect with the internet, you'll be able to not only hear but watch the Lady Lions in their games tomorrow at Mount Pulaski on Edwards County Sportsnet. And so you keep that in mind. The first match for the Lady Lions, interestingly, will be at 9 o'clock against Effingham, the team that beat them in the tournament last Saturday at Albion.
Right.
And then the Lady Lions will meet Illini Central. I believe that's scheduled for 11 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, they have another match, and I'm trying to remember, Stewart's and Strasburg. They face at 2 o'clock. And then depending how the Lady Lions do in those three matches, that will determine when they play later on, perhaps for the tournament championship. Right. So you'll have to kind of keep watch on Facebook as we post on there what's coming up for the Lady Lions in that tournament from Mount Pulaski. So it's going to be a short night for us.
Yes.
We're going to be back with the scoring of the first half. Troy will run down that for you after we take another 60-second timeout.
Bill and Susan Markman, grandparents of Zoe Markman, Carrie, Wayne, JT, and Callie Doss, cheering on Nicole Alcorn from Spring, Texas, Kathy and Jim Markman of CJ's Auto Sales and Service and CJ's Rental Homes. Former Midwest kid Gary Holtman, now out in Grants Pass, Oregon. Earl and Judy Loudermilk, Tim and Alicia Yates, Debbie Smith, Republican candidate for Edwards County Treasurer, Kai Coleman, Kaylee James' cousin, David and Glenna Summers, Pam Mann, Nina Mann, and Terry Mavis, Robert and Damona Neese, Kent and Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield, Gospel Chapel, a non-denominational church in Bone Gap. Services begin every Sunday morning at 10. And Janice Shaw of Janice's Beauty Shop in Albion. She offers a complete line of beauty shop services for women, and she also cuts hair for men. Call Janice for an appointment at 445-2436.
Just a few of our broadcast boosters who help cover our expenses of bringing you Edwards County Lions football and Edwards County Lady Lions volleyball. We are at halftime, and again, for those who may have just joined our broadcast, the score is Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. No surprise in that at all. We knew that Edwards County was grossly overmatched in this game against this good Robinson team, who came in with a record of 7 wins and only 1 loss, and Edwards County playing with a record of 0-8 and likely to finish the season 0-9. And the only loss that this Robinson team has suffered this year was at the hands of Casey back on September 19th. And it, by the way, was a game here in Robinson. So you'd think Robinson would have had a leg up on. Now, again, Casey's a good football team. Don't get me wrong. But we talked to the broadcasters from Robinson, and they said it was turnovers that beat us in that game. And they lost that game to Casey 35-14. The next week, they had a scare in another home game here against Newton. It took double overtime for them to beat Newton, 20-14. And then they barely beat Lawrenceville the next week in a close game, 7-6. But after that, they've had pretty smooth sailing. 39-9 win over Olney, and then a 47-0 shellacking of Paris last week. And here tonight, well, they're up again by more than 40 points. So we know that Robinson is going to be in the playoffs. And I guess the IHSA will be announcing tomorrow which teams made the playoffs, something Edwards County doesn't have to worry about this year, with a record of 0-8 and soon to be 0-9. But the IHA will announce what teams made the playoffs and who's going to be playing who, where at. But we don't have to worry about that. So, Troy, run down the scoring for us, if you will, here for the first half.
All right, Dave, with 7:16 left to play in the first quarter, Robinson went up 6-0 when Rickard had a 9-yard run. The point after try failed. 2:42 to play in the first quarter, Robinson went up 13-0 when Powell scored on a 4-yard run. The point after try was good. In the second quarter, with 10:08 left to play, Robinson goes up 21-0 after Cox has a 3-yard run, and the 2-point conversion was good. 4:41 to play in the second quarter. Robinson goes up 28-0. Rickert again with a 15-yard run. The point after try is good. With 1:40 left to play in the second quarter, Robinson goes up 36-0. It's Dirks with a 34-yard touchdown pass from Stevens. The 2-point conversion is good. And then with just 25 seconds left to play in the second quarter, Robinson goes up 42-0. Miller with a 22-yard run. The point after try was no good.
So that's how these 42 points were scored here in the first half. And again, with that 40-point or more lead, then the clock in the second half will not stop, except, of course, for penalties or for injuries. In other words, plays that go out of bounds will not stop the clock. They shouldn't stop the clock when they have to move the chains or anything like that. So that should move the game along quickly for the second half. Again, this is the last game of the regular season. It is quite likely now the Lions are going to finish the year with an 0-9 record, as we did last year. And again, as I said in the beginning of the broadcast, but for the benefit of those who may have missed it, you know there are going to be some people around Edwards County who are going to start the old saying again, it's time for us to quit playing football, to scrap the football program and start soccer or some other sport. And I say to that, no. And here are the reasons why. First of all, even though we're 0-9, the football team has made progress this year. For instance, let's look at the scores for the season. I've got it here somewhere here, Troy. That's Robinson. Here it is. Okay. Obviously, we got blown out in the first game of the season in a home game against Newton, 41-0. Wasn't much better the next week when we traveled to Marshall, and at halftime it was 43-0, and then the Storms came in and washed out the second half, so the final score was 43-0. But the next week, the opponent was Olney, and it was a home game. And this game, I thought we had a decent chance of winning against the team coached by former Edwards County resident and graduate of Edwards County High School, Matt Music, who's the head coach at Olney. But Olney beat us, even though we lost the game. We did score 22 points, and we lost the game 41-22. The next week, I thought we had a good chance of possibly beating Paris, but the game was at Paris. And, you know, again, this is another reason for us to get out of the Little Illini. That's a long trip up there, Troy.
Yeah.
And our boys rode buses to get up there. Now, if you've ever rode a school bus for what did it take us to get up there?
Oh,
it was a good 2-hour drive, wasn't it?
At least.
Yeah. And so they get up there, and things did not go our way in that game. But again, we lost by only 10 points to Paris, 42-32. The next week, we played Red Hill at home, and Red Hill surprised me. I didn't think Red Hill had that good a football team, and they didn't have much size, but they had a lot of speed.
Oh, a lot.
A lot of speed, and they beat us 46-0. Then the next week, we knew we were in trouble facing Casey Westfield, but we were able to score 14 points against them.
Yep.
And then the next week, we played at Lawrenceville and lost that game 47-0. Last week, we had a close one with Flora.
Yep.
A game that we had a good chance to win, but fell just a little bit short, and lost that game to Flora last week at home, the last home game of the season, by a score of 20-18. So the Lions this year, I've got another sheet that tells this. Where is it? Here it is. The Lions this year, not counting this game, gave up a total of 320 points, but they scored 86 points. That means even though Flora finishes ahead of us in the conference with a 1-7 record, we scored more points than they did, and we gave up less points than they did. So, I'd consider that a moral victory there.
Yeah.
But again, aside from the records, the boys played better football this year.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot better tackling. Yeah, sure. We miss some tackles from time to time, and it results in long gainers. But one of the disadvantages that we've had is most of the teams we've run into have had more speed than we had. They had running backs who could get behind our defensive backs and away from our tacklers, and once they got behind us, we had nobody could catch them. But our tackling has been much better this year, and we have had some good plays on offense. I'm surprised that we haven't had more pass plays to Chase Hortin, because some of our touchdowns have been on passes from Grimes to Chase, who once he got the ball along the sidelines, the defenders who were smaller had a tough time bringing him down.
Right.
Of course, Chase is going to graduate after the season. He won't be around for football next year. But the offense has had some shine. And again, on our offensive line, 3 of our starters were sophomores. 1 was a freshman.
Right.
So they've gained a lot of experience to play next year. In addition to all that, our JV team this year won 3 games. And guess who they beat? They beat Lawrenceville. They beat Olney. And who was the other team? I got it wrote down here somewhere, Troy. And it ain't on that sheet. Here it is. They beat Alney, Flora, and Lawrenceville, our JV team. And so a lot of those JV players will make varsity next year and will have gained a lot of experience on the varsity level, on the JV level to play varsity next year. Another factor that fills in, we've had a very good junior football program this year for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. In fact, our 5th and 6th grade team won 5 of the last 6 games they played. In fact, just last night they beat North Posey 20-16. And so a very good junior football program coached by Todd Taylor and some of his assistants for the 5th and 6th grade boys. And an interesting thing, some of you may have seen it on Facebook, Todd and his helpers made arrangements for our 5th and 6th grade junior football team to play an exhibition game in the Edward Jones Dome prior to last Sunday's game between the Rams and the Seahawks. And the boys not only got to play football on the field at Edward Jones Dome, but got to meet some of the players after the game. You know, that was a big thrill.
Oh, yeah.
And Todd Taylor tells me they're going to do that same thing again next year. So that ought to coax more boys to come out for the junior football program next year. And as these boys gain experience at the 5th and 6th grade level, that's only going to help our varsity program for the future. So I'll have to admit, for the past several years, our football program has been going down, 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 down. But I think this year we hit rock bottom and we are on our upward swing. That doesn't mean next year we're necessarily going to have a winning football record, especially since the fact that we're still going to be in the Little Illini Conference next year, still going to be facing these big football schools and going to have a hard way to go. But 2 years from now, we'll be out of this conference, and we'll finally, hopefully, be in the Black Diamond Conference. And, yeah, there's going to be some tough teams in that Black Diamond Conference, no doubt about it.
You bet.
Teams that might put 40 points against us and nothing at halftime. But there's also going to be more teams in the Black Diamond that we can compete with, especially as our team improves and even win some of those games. And the travel, we won't be making trips clear up to Paris anymore.
No.
Well, anyway, we're going to take another 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with more halftime information as we're nearing the second half kickoff. Back in 60 seconds.
Radio station WVYN 90.9 in Wayne City, The Vine, featuring the best Christian music in Southern Illinois. Do you need your carpets cleaned? Call Dan Aaron of Dan's Carpet Cleaning, 618-302-0972. Dan, Shirley, Michael, and Travis are cheering on the Lions. Sam and Sheila Smith, Ed and Mary Bailey, the watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. Chris and Teresa Kelsey, Steve Thompson, your country financial agent in West Salem, Doug Hortin, your country financial agent in Albion. Cheryl Taylor and Mary Erickson of T.J. Marsh, backing the Lady Lions. T.J. Marsh, over 30 years of serving and supporting the community. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Cowger, and Sadie Marks' family, Kent, Jamie Lynn Clay, and Ellie Marks.
Be sure to join us if you can't make the trip to Mount Pulaski for Edwards County Lady Lions volleyball action tomorrow here on Edwards County Sportsnet, our first broadcast at 8:45 in the morning. All right, the officials have returned. You may see them there if you're catching our broadcast on Edwards County Sportsnet. You can see them on your screen there. They're standing at the 50-yard line conversing. And across the way, the Edwards County Lions are going through their required stretching exercises before we start the second half. The Robinson Maroons are also taking their stretching exercises in their end zone off to our left here. And so we'll be ready to start. Now, Troy, another factor here in the second half is, we're going to have a running clock, which will move the game along a lot quicker. But also, I was told that with this kind of a score at halftime, the Robinson head coach, who is Tim Nolan, I believe is his name, will send in the second and third stringers to play the second half, which only makes sense, Troy. I mean, Robinson's going to be in the playoffs. And one of the most foolish mistakes their head coach can make is send one of their key players out there on the field and risk this guy getting injured in a game they've already got won.
Especially when you got a playoff game coming up.
Yeah, right, with a playoff game coming up. So you want to leave those guys on the sidelines, your starters, and don't risk any of those guys, not just your key offensive players, but your defensive players as well. They're going to need those guys in less than a week to play in the playoffs.
Right.
So we're going to see second and third stringers out there on the field for Robinson. And this is going to give the Edwards County offense, obviously, Coach Horton's going to go with his first stringers. And this is where sometimes we've scored some of our points in games earlier this season is against second stringers. We've been able to score some points. Right. So, folks, hang on. We may get some better offensive performance for Edwards County here in the second half. Robinson players now returning to their sideline along the near sideline here. Edwards County players still going through their warm-ups before we start the second half kickoff. This is the last game of the 2014 season for both teams, but, of course, Robinson does have excellent prospects for going into the playoffs with a 7-1 record. This win tonight would make them 8-1 with only one loss. And it looks like the Little Illini Conference is going to have good representation in the playoffs because not knowing exactly how any of the games are coming out tonight, but going into tonight's action, Casey was 7-1. They're playing it against Alney tonight. They'll win that, so they're going to finish 8-1. Robinson, they're going to be 8-1. Lawrenceville, where are they playing tonight? Oh, they've got a home game against Marshall. I don't know. I think Lawrenceville will probably win that, and they also will finish with an 8-1 record. So, and I don't know. I don't know whether Marshall can get in with their 6-2 record. If they would happen to upset Lawrenceville, then their record would be 7-2 for the season. That might get them in the playoffs too. So, Little Illini Conference is going to have several teams in the playoffs, I think, and that ought to tell you again how tough this conference is. And another reason why we don't belong in it. Right. I mean, these schools in this Little Illini Conference, they are known to have good football programs, and not that we can't have a good football program, but they're richer school districts. They got more money to spend on athletics, and all you have to do is look at these fields that we visit with teams in the Little Illini and compare it to what we have in Albion, and you can see a big difference in how much money is spent on their football programs. All right, Lions are going to be kicking off now to start the second half. Football being teed up at the 40-yard line. And let's see, who's doing the place kicking this week? Last week it was Muscatelli that was doing the kicking. Is he out there this time? I can't see his number as he backs away. Is that number 60? Is that what it is, Troy?
It looks like 40, but I could be wrong, Dave. Yeah, that's a 4 on the left side of the jersey.
40, okay, kicking it off then is Feldman. Feldman kicks it away. It bounds at the 25 up to the 20-yard line. The receiver on the far sideline stumbles forward to the 30 and now is snowed under short of the 35-yard line by a host of Edwards County tacklers. Emory is over there, one of the Lions getting up. Let's see who else on the tackle there. 46? No, we don't have a 46. Well, anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Robinson from their own 33-yard line, it appears, from here. And we're underway.
Still got their first-string quarterback out there.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
That is foolish. Stevens is still out there at quarterback. I don't understand that, Troy. No, it isn't. That's number 6. That's not Stevens. Or is it? Number 6? I mean, I've lost my spot sheet here. Let me check that out, Troy. No, that's White who's quarterbacking now. Ethan White, their second-string quarterback.
Okay.
I could not believe that they would risk an injury to their starting quarterback. Pickup of only a yard on that play for Robinson, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the Robinson 34. Yeah, quarterbacking now is number 6, Ethan White. He is a sophomore. Ends are tight, T in the backfield. There's a snap. And it's a running play over the left side, and they're close to another first down. Edwards County tacklers swarm in to knock down the ball carrier short of the 50-yard line. Yes. Fuller, the ball carrier for Robinson that time. It is a first down, obviously. And it's going to be at the Robinson midway between the 47 and 48-yard line. Clock is rolling, running clock here in the second half with the score Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. Their quarterback, who is their second stringer, goes to the sideline every time to get a play from his head coach, Tim Nolan. And they are running basic offense with no wide receivers here so far with their second stringers. They hand it off to number 32, and he's going to be tackled for very little gain, if any. Let's see who we got making the tackle for Edwards County over there. McKinzie, playing defense tonight, makes part of the tackle for Edwards County, along with Chase Hortin. Let's see, just barely a few inches. Football's going to be at the 48-yard line, so less than a yard pickup on that carry. It's going to be second and a long 9 yards for a first down for the Maroons as they come out of the huddle. Basic offensive formation, ends tight, T in the backfield. There's the snap, and it's a pass play. Rush is on. The throw down the left side is caught, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Moody over there on the far sidelines. Looks like, is that 84? If it is, that's Aldridge. He's a first stringer, Troy. He's still out there. It is Aldridge. He was a starter, so he's still out there. They haven't emptied the bench so far. So that's another first down for Robinson. Football's going to be at the Edwards County 41-yard line, 1st and 10. 4 defensive linemen in there for Edwards County with 4 linebackers, 3 defensive backs in there. Receivers go wide this time for Robinson. Quarterback under center, calling signals. Man in motion from the left side. There's the snap and the handoff to him. And he's going to be tackled for a loss. Good tackle by Kyle Fajeda for Edwards County. And the ball carrier was number 12, Nick Hale. He is a freshman, 5'8", 140-pound freshman, but he's tackled for a loss of about 6 yards. Back to the Edwards County 46-yard line. So it's going to be second now and about 5 or 6 yards, or 15 or 16 yards for another first down. Coming up on 7:50 to play here in the third period. Maroons come out of the huddle again. Once again, the ends are tight. T in the backfield. And there's a snap, and it's a running play up the middle, and not much there. Lane Stockton comes up there to make the tackle from his linebacker position. Short gain on the play for Robinson. And he gets to the 45-yard line where it'll be third down and about 14 yards for another first down for the Maroons. Clock still running, coming up on 7:15 to play, third period. Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. This time the Maroons send receivers wide to both sides. And now we got movement. That should be against Robinson. Their left tackle moved. So did Edwards County's line, but I think they were drawn off. It is illegal procedure against Robinson. So that'll cost them 5 yards, a false start. Moves the football back to the midfield stripe. And that's going to be a long third down play now facing the Maroons. 3rd and almost 20 yards for another first down. I think they have to get to the 31 for a first down. So about 19 yards for another first down for Robinson. Those are the football right on the 50-yard line. 6:30 to play now, third period. And now the quarterback in the gun formation. Takes the snap. Looks to pass. Rushes on. Rolling to the right. Throws downfield. It's incomplete. Pass was intended for number 32, Wyatt Ellison. He's a sophomore, but the pass incomplete. And that will not stop the clock again because we have a running clock now with a 42-0 score. So that brings up fourth down from the 50-yard line. 4th and a good 19 yards for another first down for Robinson. And it looks like they're going to kick it away. They are in punt formation, and Lucas Hortin is back standing at the 15-yard line to receive this kick. There's the pass. It's a good one. Rush is on, almost blocked, but he gets it away, and it's going to be a fair catch made by, let's see who made that catch. Number 44, Embry. Pardon me. Andrew Embry, a fair catch for Edwards County at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions. So let's see what the Lions offense can do now with supposedly the second-string defense for the Robinson Maroons. Same lineup that we've had so far. Weber at center. Stockton and Keener at guards. Messman and McKinzie at tackles. Wide receivers are Chase and Lucas Hortin. Logan Potter and Dakota Moore in the backfield. It's Grimes, the quarterback, hands it off, running play right up the middle. And short yardage there for our ball carrier, who was Gabe Smith. Let's see, Smith was going to get about 2 yards on that run. Maybe 3. We're going to move the stick up a little bit. Let's call it 2nd and 7 for Edwards County from their own 34-yard line. 4.5 minutes now to play, third period. Lions out of the huddle. Chase and Lucas go wide right. Moore and Potter go wide left. There's a snap. Grimes back to pass. Now rolling to the right. Still running. He's at the 35, the 40, and he may have the first down as he falls across the 40-yard line. Drew Grimes kept the ball and ran around the right end and does get the first down. That'll put it at the Edwards County 43, where it's 1st and 10. Moody goes to the sidelines. That means Gabe Smith's back in the ball game, as Moody was in on that play. Lions have the football on the far side hash mark. Weber, the center, comes out over the ball. Here's Potter wide left. And Moore is in the slot on the left. The Hortin boys wide right. Smith in the backfield with Grimes. He gets the snap. Looks left, rolls left, throws downfield. Pass is caught by Logan Potter, and he's going to be tackled inside the 40-yard line. Nice catch and a nice pass from Grimes to Potter, and that's another first down for Edwards County. And that's in Robinson territory to the Robinson 38-yard line. Good pass play from Grimes to Potter. And the clock continues to run, coming up on 3:10 to play now, third period. Come on, Lions, let's get a touchdown here. Here's Logan Potter wide left. Again, Moore in the slot on the left side. There's a snap. And Moody's going to run with the ball, and they were waiting for him there. Ryan Moody tried to run with the football over his left or right guard and right tackle, but there was no hole there. And he's going to lose about a yard on the play. We'll call it 2nd and a good 11 yards for another first down from the Robinson 40-yard line. Coming up on 2.5 minutes left now, third period. Lions break their huddle. Same formation. Hortin boys wide right. No, we got Lucas on the left side this time. There's a snap. Quick pass out here to Dakota Moore, and he makes the catch and is finally brought down across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Now they're going to maybe give him, I'm going to say the 34. That's going to be short of the first down by about 6 yards. Give him 4 on that pass play. 3rd and a long 5 for another first down for Edwards County. Looks like the Lions have to get to about the 28 for a first down. Okay, there goes Chase and Lucas. Hortin wide to the right, and this time Dakota is in a slot to the right side. Potter, the wide receiver, left. There's a snap. There's the pass downfield, and it's incomplete. Downfield intended for Lucas Hortin. And if he'd caught that, that would have been a touchdown, Troy. He got behind the Robinson defenders, but the pass from Grimes was just a little overthrown. And so that brings up now 4th down. 4th and a long 5 for another first down from the Robinson 34. And 1:10 left to play. Lions maybe can get 2 more plays in here if they hurry. They break the huddle. Grimes, the quarterback in the gun formation, has Gabe Smith in the backfield with him. Grew still calling signals. Don't waste time, Grew. There's a snap. Chase, the race is on. He's going to have to run for his life. And he's got the first down. Drew now is across the 20-yard line, brought down at the 17 maybe. Good run by Drew Grimes. Looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss, Troy.
But he got away.
He got away from the pursuit and turns it into a good gainer. That's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter. But the Lions are driving now. They've got it inside the 20 to about the in between the 18 and the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. This time Moody's back in the backfield with Grimes, the quarterback. He gets the snap, throws one out here in the right flat to Lucas Hortin. and he's going to be tackled. Good tackle out there for Robinson by number 12, Nick Hale, and that ends the third period. Our score is Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. Back in 60 seconds.
David and Lisa Mathis, Doug and Linda Raber. Doug is your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. Gene Kolak, owner of the Man Cave Gallery in Fairfield. Western memorabilia, motivational posters, pictures, and Native American art. Gene carries many custom, handmade, and factory knives. Shad, Marilee Lindsay, and Seth McKinzie of McKinzie Farms. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. Keith, Kayla, Avery, and Drew Roosevelt, family of senior band member and volleyball player Taylor Roosevelt, and David and Amy Brewster of Brewster Enterprises Incorporated, supporting Kate Brewster.
Speaking of Kate Brewster, that reminds me of the Edwards County volleyball team. They'll be in action again, don't forget, tomorrow at Mount Pulaski. That's a good over 3-hour drive from our territory to get up there. They'll be playing in the Topper Tournament tomorrow. Their first match starts at 9 o'clock. You can hear it and see it here on Edwards County Sportsnet starting at 8:45 tomorrow morning. So if you can't make the drive to Mount Pulaski, join us for our broadcast. All right, we're ready to start the fourth and final quarter, and the Lions are driving. Let's hope they get a touchdown here, Troy.
Let's hope so.
I don't care if it is against their second stringers. It's still good for the boys for experience.
Yes.
And for the seniors, too, to remember in their last game, perhaps they scored a touchdown or made a key block that resulted in a touchdown. A lot of memories. I'll tell you what, Troy, all through my school career, grade school and high school, the things I remember most are the things I did in sports. I know education is important, but so are athletics.
Sure.
All right, Grimes in the shotgun, gets the snap, goes back, throws one right over the middle to Gabe Smith, and he's rambling and stumbling. Finally goes down inside the 10-yard line. Good pass play there from Grimes to Gabe Smith, the fullback. And let's see, they're going to give him yardage down inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. And it's going to be third down and about 2. Just getting underway here in the fourth and final period. Robinson 42, Edwards County nothing. There goes Potter wide left. Dakota Moore will be in the slot on the left side. And Lucas is now going to set up in the slot also on the left side. Chase is wide right. Chase Hortin, that is. There's the snap. Grimes rolling left, being chased, gets away from one tackler, throws in the end zone, and it is incomplete. That's probably better because that one was almost picked off in the end zone. So, pass was intended for Chase Hortin, the big receiver back there for Edwards County, but Robinson had that play well defended. They had guys draped all around him. Well, not really draped on him, or that would have been pass interference.
Well covered.
Yes, he was well covered. Okay, let's see who's checking into the lineup. Gabe's back in the ball game, and now Moody goes to the sideline. So Gabe brings in the play from the sideline from Coach Hortin. And let's see what the Lions can do now here on 4th and 2. From the 9-yard line. Lions have a I formation in the backfield. There's the snap. Running play up the middle. Gabe struggling. Did he get the first down? He tried to go over left or right guard and right tackle, but I don't know if he got it, Troy. Let's see.
Robinson fans don't think he did, but we'll see.
I don't know, Troy. Yeah, they say it's a first down.
Well, there. That's all that counts.
First and goal. First and goal from, looks like about the 6-yard line. Let's say 7. 6 or 7. Hard to tell from here. Grimes gets the snap. Looks left, throws left out there. It's caught by Moore. Did he get in?
It is
a touchdown. A pass from Drew Grimes to senior Dakota Moore for the touchdown. That came with 9 minutes 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. Edwards County gets on the scoreboard 42-6, and now the Lions will go for extra points. And of course the Lions do not have a place kicker, so they'll be going for the 2 points. So Dakota Moore, playing in his last high school football game, he's a senior. He gets a touchdown. That's a bone gap boy, Troy.
Yep.
All right, here's the snap. And Grimes is going to keep the ball, and he runs right up the middle, and he goes in for the 2 points. So the score now is Robinson 42, Edwards County 8. and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Russ, Seeley, Max, and Clive Gerlach, Linda Sachs. Jeff Gillard of Gillard True Value Hardware in Albion and Grayville. Connie and Ray Root, grandparents of Maddie Gillard. Myrna Mason, Randy and Jared Hallam of Mitchell Insurance Agency in Albion. Steve and Beverly Ward. Don and Marilyn Brewster. Jason Holfaker. Linda Oxby, former Edwards County girls volleyball coach. Emma Campbell Smith. Betty and Kenny Smith, Zoe Markman's great-grandparents. Eddie and Lila Fuchs. Victor and Fairlyn Oxby, Linda Oxby's parents. Phil and Nancy Watkins in Grants Pass, Oregon, Megan's grandparents. Ronald and Marilyn Mann, Don and Deanna James, Kaylee James' grandparents, and Larry and Linda Schmittler, grandparents of Caitlin Schmittler, Larry Schmittler Service, Oilfield Engine Repair in Grayville.
Just a few of our broadcast boosters who help us cover our expenses here on Edwards County Sportsnet. Well, the Lions get on the scoreboard with 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the football game. A touchdown pass from Grimes to Moore, and the extra point run for 2 points by Grimes on the quarterback keeper. Now the Lions will kick it away from the 40-yard line. There's the run up in the boot. It's a squib kick on the ground, and it's going to be downed instantly by the receiver back there for Robinson at about the Robinson 32-yard line. So the Lions defense comes in. For those of you listening on WOKZ, we're glad to have you listening to our broadcast tonight. And a reminder that the Lady Lions volleyball team will be in action tomorrow in Mount Pulaski, Illinois, way up north of Springfield. Good 3-hour drive from Edwards County. Their topper tournament competition begins tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right, Robinson with the ball. Long count by their quarterback. Now a man in motion from the left side to the right. And it's a running play up over the middle. Not much there. Lions are ready for that play. Looks like Chase Hortin in on the tackle for Edwards County, along with number 60. Is that Lane Stockton? No, Gage Weber in on the tackle. So Gage playing a little on defense. I see also playing out there on defense now for Edwards County is Case Robinson. Grayville boy. We'll be seeing him in basketball later on this year, Troy, on their Grayville basketball team.
Yep.
All right, it's second and about 11 yards, loss of a yard on that last play. And another running play to the left side is not going to gain much either, as our defense is doing a good job stopping this second-string offense for Robinson. Ryan Moody was out there on the tackle for Edwards County, along with Lane Stockton and Dakota Moore. Clock continues to run with this 42-8 score, and coming up on 7:35 to play in the ball game. Their quarterback now is their second-string quarterback, Ethan White, a sophomore. The Maroons out of the huddle. And looks like a typical formation with the ends tight on both sides. T in the backfield. Quarterback turns. Goes back to pass. The rush is on. He's running for his life. Gets away from one tackler. Looks downfield. Throws downfield. And a penalty flag goes down. They may have had ineligible receivers downfield, Troy.
Very possible.
Or maybe holding. Let's see. We got a penalty flag down. Let's see who they're going to talk to. Pass was incomplete, by the way.
Yeah, you were right on the first one. Lineman downfield.
Lineman downfield, okay. So that's going to cost them some yardage. And in Edwards County, I think, is going to decline it.
They did.
Yeah, we're going to take the play. So it's fourth down now. Fourth and about 12 from the Robinson 31-yard line. And Lucas Hortin goes back to receive this punt. And let's see, he'll be standing. Let's see, now he's going to move back. He was standing to the 50-yard line. He was expecting a short punt, I guess. Now he's back to the Edwards County 40. There's the pass from center. Kick is away. High kick, short kick. It bounds right at the 50-yard line where it's downed immediately by Robinson. So Edwards County is going to take it first and 10, barely in their own territory at about the 49-yard line, it appears. Clock still running. Coming up on 5:50 to play. Lions have got a touchdown. Maybe we can get another one, Troy.
Hey, let's go for it.
Let's see what Coach Hortin is going to play here now with this series of downs. Lions moved down the field here the last time we had it and scored a touchdown, and then got the 2 points on the extra point run by quarterback Grimes. A good pass from Grimes to Dakota Moore for the touchdown. A reminder, these games are not only broadcast on Edwards County Sportsnet, but our video is recorded and kept on our website. There's the snap. Quick pass out here to Chase Hortin. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, and finally pushed out of bounds by about 3 tacklers in Robinson territory at about the 33 or 34-yard line. Yes, all of our broadcasts are kept on our website, edwardscountysports.net, and that's where you can not only hear but watch all of our broadcasts that we've made this year, both volleyball and football. All right. Coming up on 4:45 to play. Lions have it 1st and 10 from the Robinson 34. Grimes has Ryan Moody in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Ryan. There he's at the 30, the 25, the 20, and finally brought down inside the 20-yard line. Good run by Ryan Moody. He's got another first down for Edwards County. Getting good blocking up front there by the 5 offensive linemen for Edwards County. Moody goes to the sideline now as Smith comes in with the play. Lions need to put up another touchdown here. 42-8 to score. Yes, I know it's against their second stringers, but it still is good for these football players to be seeing something positive going on here. And you know Dakota Moore will remember that touchdown. All right, Grimes is going to keep the football. Gets a block. He's at the 15 and is going to be wrestled down close to the 10-yard line. Grimes ran into one of his own blockers there. Otherwise, he would have gotten more yardage on that play. But he got a good 8 yards on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and about 2. And the line of scrimmage is going to be about the 12-yard line. Clock running, coming up on 3:25 to play now. Come on, Lions. Hurry up and let's get another score. There goes Potter wide left. Here comes Lucas Hortin in the slot on the right side. Chase is out here wide right. There's a snap. Grimes back to pass. He's going to run again, but he's going to be sacked for a loss. Well, that hurts. Grimes is sacked for a loss back near the 20-yard line. So the blocking broke apart that time, and their defenders were in there to stop Hortin, or stop Grimes before he could get a pass off there. So we got to hurry now, coming up on 2:40 to play. Lions are back in their huddle. There goes Potter wide left. Moore will be in the slot on the left. And the Hortin boys wide right. Gabe Smith is in the backfield with Grimes, the quarterback, who's in the gun formation. And there's a snap. Grimes back, rushes on, throws down the right side. It is caught! Oh, he dropped it. Oh, Chase was wide open in the end zone. That photographer down, is that a photographer? No, it's a band members. Got all kinds of equipment down there. They better move that stuff. It's a tuba laying down there. It's a wonder that Chase didn't stumble over that. Well, that's too bad. Come on, hurry, Lions. The clock continues to run. Incomplete passes do not stop the clock when you're on a running play, a running clock. Less than 2 minutes to play. That would have been a touchdown, but Grimes, or the pass from Grimes to Chase Hortin was dropped in the end zone. All right, it's now 4th down. The Lions have got to do something on this play. There's the snap. Grimes is going to keep the ball. He gets away from one tackler. Now he's rolling for the other sideline. He is run out of bounds. He's in for a touchdown. They're signaling touchdown. Grimes runs in from 17 yards out. Grimes scores that one with 1:15 left in the ball game, and now they're going to stop the clock for the extra point coming up. So the score now is Robinson 42, Edwards County 14. And the Lions again will go for 2 points because we don't have a kicker. That came with 1:11 on the clock. Well, we're going to have some drives of the game to talk about, Troy, as well as the back of the game at the end of our broadcast, so stay with us for that, folks. The drive of the game and the back of the game selections. We'll make that as soon as the game is over. All right, we're going for the 2 points again. Smith is in the backfield with Grimes. There's the snap, low snap, and Grimes is rolling left, throwing in the end zone. That's going to be knocked down, and so the extra point attempt is no good. The score now is Robinson 42, Edwards County 14, back here in 60 seconds.
Stu Shadina Zed and Zimmy Markman, Zoe's family. Tom and Kay Moore, Taylor Roosevelt's grandparents. Roger Rita and Kinsey James, Kaylee James' family. Lonnie Valerie and Hallie Merbarger and Anna, Sadie's family. Gerald and Judy Knight, Nicole Alcorn's grandparents. Gene and Jackie Copeland. George and Shirley Tribe. Dorothy Kirkendall, candidate for Edwards County Treasurer. Glenn and Marilyn Clodfelder, Kaylee James' grandparents. Volleyball MC Todd Bailey of TCB Detail Repair and Tires on the Square in Albion. When you need tires, check with Todd. Bill and Susan Markman, grandparents of Zoe Markman, and Carrie Wayne, JT, and Callie Doss, cheering on Nicole Alcorn from Spring, Texas.
And a reminder again, Troy and I will be covering all of the Edwards County Lions varsity basketball games this coming season here on Edwards County Sportsnet. And we're going to need some more broadcast boosters, so let us know if you'd be willing to support our broadcast of Edwards County basketball on Edwards County Sportsnet. All right, Lions will be kicking it off again from the 40-yard line with only a minute and 11 seconds left in the football game. Lions have scored 2 touchdowns now here in the second half. There's a run up and there's a kick. It's a squib on the ground, and it goes out of bounds over on the far sidelines at about the 36-yard line. So they still haven't started the clock. They didn't start it. Of course, they wouldn't start it on a kickoff until somebody touches it. So Robinson's going to have the football with a minute and 11 seconds to go. And the Edwards County defense comes out on the field. Last game of the regular season for the Lions. Robinson, of course, has the playoffs to look forward to with their soon-to-be 8-1 record on the season. And the Robinson fans will find out tomorrow who they'll be playing in the playoffs and where they will be playing. All right, the Maroons out of the huddle. T in the backfield, ends tight. And once again, we have penalty flags go down as Edwards County jumps offside, but were we drawn off? That's the question. Let's see what the, I think that's going to be it. They're going to let the clock run out. That's going to be it. Right down the score, Troy. Final score, Robinson 42, Edwards County 14. That's the end of the football game, and we'll be back with the scoring wrap-up after this 60-second timeout.
Kathy and Jim Markman of CJ's Auto Sales and Service and CJ's Rental Homes. Former Midwest kid Gary Holtman now out in Grants Pass, Oregon. Earl and Judy Loudermilk, Tim and Alicia Yates. Debbie Smith, Republican candidate for Edwards County Treasurer. Kai Coleman, Kaylee James' cousin. David and Glenna Summers, Pam Mann, Nina Mann, and Terry Mavis. Robert and Damona Niece. Kent and Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield. And Gospel Chapel, a non-denominational church in Bone Gap. Services begin every Sunday morning at 10.
Again, those are just a few of the broadcast boosters. We will be broadcasting tomorrow from Mount Pulaski as the Lady Lions play in the Topper Tournament. They'll be playing at least 3 matches, possibly as many as 5 tomorrow. And you can not only hear but see all those games here on Edwards County Sportsnet. Our first broadcast tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. Well, Troy, the game is over, and Robinson wins it 42-14. Why don't you run down the scoring, if you will, and then we'll make our drives of the game and backs of the game selections here before we close out our broadcast.
At 7:16 in the first quarter, Robinson went up 6-0 after Rickert scored on a 9-yard run. The point after try failed. 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. Robinson goes up 13-0 after Powell scored on a 4-yard run. The point after try was good. 10:08 left to go in the second quarter. Robinson goes up 21-0. Cox had a 3-yard run. The 2-point conversion was good. 4:41 left to go in the second quarter. Robinson goes up 28-0. Rickert on a 15-yard run. Point after try is good. 1:40 left to go in the second. Robinson goes up 36-0. Dirks with a 34-yard touchdown pass from Stevens. The 2-point conversion is good. 25 seconds left to go in the second. Robinson goes up 42-0. when Miller scored on a 22-yard run, point after try failed. Then in the fourth, 9:30 left to play, the Edwards County Lions got on the board to make the score 42-8 when Dakota Moore caught a 7-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion is good. Then with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to play in the fourth, Edwards County got on the board again to make it 42-14 when Drew Grimes, the quarterback, ran 17 yards for a touchdown. Point after try failed. Final score, Robinson 42, Edwards County 14.
Okay, now it's time for us to make the drive of the game selection. The drive of the game sponsored after every Edwards County football game this season by Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler. When you want an honest deal and a hometown service for the drive of the game, go see Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, or Angela Hanner at Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Remember, they're open 24/7 through their internet on LeMansOnline.com. And remember, you'll like the way they do business at Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler. Troy, what are we going to make as the selection of the drive of the game?
I'd have to say the drive, Dave, that culminated in the 7-yard touchdown pass to Dakota Moore.
Yeah, you know Dakota's going to remember that touchdown for a long, long time. I think this was probably the first year Dakota played football. I don't remember him being on the football team in past seasons, but came out as a senior and played a lot of defense, made some very key tackles on defense this season, and gets to close out the season with a touchdown pass reception in the end zone. And that came after the Lions moved down the field, had several good plays, some running plays from Ryan Moody. Couldn't think of his name. Ryan Moody had some good runs. Gabe Smith, some good runs. Some pass plays. Lucas Hortin. That was definitely the drive of the game, culminated in the touchdown pass from Drew Grimes to Dakota Moore. So that is our drive of the game. Again, sponsored by Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler right there in Fairfield. And now it's time to make our selection of the back of the game, brought to you after every Edwards County football game by Dr. Lawrence Spear of Spear Chiropractic on the Square in downtown Albion. Folks, don't let back or body pain get you down. Get back in the game with chiropractic or acupuncture therapy from Dr. Spear. Chiropractic care works to correct underlying causes of pain and relieve the symptoms associated with your pain. So that's Dr. Lawrence Spear in downtown Albion. Who's going to be our back of the game?
Well, Dave, he was pretty busy back there doing a lot of scrambling, trying to get free to throw some passes, but eventually he started getting some good drives going there in the fourth quarter, and then eventually himself scrambled for the 17-yard touchdown run, so I would have to say quarterback Drew Grimes.
I'd have to agree. Drew had a good passing game, especially in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
And also scrambled for a touchdown, so I would go right along with Drew Grimes as our back of the game, again, sponsored by Dr. Lawrence Spear of Spear Chiropractic on the Square in downtown Albion. Well, Troy, that was the last game of the season. Lions, again, finished the season 0-9, 2 years in a row, 0-9. Again, for those naysayers who say it's time to give up football, I say no, because there was progress this year. We hit rock bottom at the end of last season, and I believe we're on the upward swing. Not only did we see improvement with the tackling of the football team and with the offense from time to time, and the JV team, they won 3 games this year against Flora, against Lawrenceville, and against Olney. And the 5th and 6th grade junior football program, they had a very successful season. So I think, again, next year we're going to be playing again in this very tough Little Illini Conference.
Yep.
But 2 years from now, we'll be in a much more competitive conference for us, the Black Diamond. So I think things are improving, and it's no time to give up football now. Anything else needs to be said before we wrap this up for the season?
I think, like you said earlier, Dave, there were positive things to look at for the team. You have to look forward to next year. Earlier, you kind of got on yourself for saying, forget about this year. Well, in a way you do. You need to put what happened behind you, take the positives of this season positives from this season to go forward for next year, and we also need to get more bodies out there on the field, Dave,
right.
Because even in the Black Diamond Conference, you're going to need more than 25 boys out for football.
Right.
But as you also mentioned too, when you see what the junior program is doing, the freshman, the junior varsity, you see all kinds of signs to try and put put a positive spin on things to go forward for next year. And we had 3 games, too, this year, Dave, where the Lions played very competitive football.
Yes, they did.
They're with Olney, Paris, and Flora last week. So that's an improvement over last year, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, most of the games last year we got blown out all the way and didn't even come close to winning. But this year there were at least 3, maybe 4 games where another player or 2 here or there, and we could have won those games.
So maybe Doug can get some more players out there on the field next year and just keep thinking positive and moving forward.
All right, okay. All right, I think that about is all we need to be said here tonight, Troy. And again, for the benefit of Edwards County fans, the Lady Lions will be playing tomorrow in the Topper Tournament at Mount Pulaski. And if you can't make that long drive up there, remember you can see and hear the games here on Edwards County Sportsnet. We're also glad that we were able to make an arrangement to where our broadcast could be carried during the football season on radio station WOKZ 105.9 on the FM dial out of Fairfield. And we appreciate those businesses that sponsored the broadcast on WOKZ. So again, the final score here tonight was Robinson 42, Edwards County 14. So on behalf of our sponsors and my brother Troy here, this is Dave Rigg bidding you a pleasant good evening from Robinson. Good night, everybody.